Nick, she wants to kill me, see? She's a cold-blooded murderer. Shoot her. You shot. Why?
What? Wait a minute.
Hold on. No, hold on. Wait, hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Cheese and crackers. That was not supposed to happen. I don't know. Betty's spaceship's gone down. Ooh, spooky. Up all night. Welcome back, everybody, to another type of story game. Or rather, actually, I think this is the first time I've actually... You know what? I don't know. But either way, this is one of those types of story games where you get to click, it like scrolls by and you click on the stuff like that. But I've been kind of like... Well, I don't know. I really I have played a couple of these before, and honestly, the more and more I play these types of games, I'm more intrigued to play them. More often. And so, this one is Up All Night, where I believe we are a bunch of friends hanging out in a cabin during winter, and people are being murdered. That's right, murdered. And we're about to solve the case of who did the murdering. So why don't we get into it? Up All Night. We're about to solve this case. Nick's mom. You don't really look... Hang on a second. Wait. Okay, that's better. Now, we are ready to begin. Nick's mom.
It was a long drive, but we made it. Are you feeling okay, sweetie?
So, who am I? Am I the mom, or... I don't know. I told you I'm fine. I just want to lie down. You go do whatever. My mom looked out the cabin window and went quiet. So I guess I'm Nick. Okay. Or am I Nick? I have no idea. She looked disappointed. She was talking non-stop about that mountain village the whole drive up. Look, why don't you go back to that town and look around? I'll unpack and watch a movie or something. She hesitated with a worried expression across her face. Why does she have to keep looking at me like that? It's been 4 months.
I don't know. You haven't been alone since...
Stop being like that. I told you I'm fine. Just go and see the town. It seems like your kind of thing.
But Nick...
I'm fine. I just want to be alone. Why does she always have to be like that? I'm tired of all the pity. She hesitated, then sighed, and the worry shifted to resignation.
If you're sure...
Look, we're only here for a week. Go have a good time. After we unloaded our luggage, I ushered her out the door. She waved to me before driving back down the road. Good. I can now finally be alone, like I wanted. I put my stuff away and spent a few hours playing games on my phone. No cell service, though. This sucks. Not like there's anyone I'd want to call anyway. It was starting to get late, and my mom still hadn't come back. She called a few hours ago on the cabin phone. She had to tell me about the crummy little stores in town. Probably got distracted with all the shopping. Shit. It's getting pretty loud out there. I pulled the curtains aside. Ooh, a snowstorm. Crap. I hope she wasn't driving back when this hit. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding! Okay, what's up? The phone. I picked up the receiver.
Nick, I'm so sorry.
She sounds upset. Did something happen? Oh, what's wrong? Are you hurt?
What? No. I was in town looking around at this... When I was looking around the town and this huge snowstorm hit. There's an officer here saying the roads are closed. Probably until at least tomorrow night. I'm gonna have to stay over at the motel tonight. Pretty silly that I left my luggage at the cabin, huh?
She laughed, but there was nothing definitely panicked on the edge. Oh, there was definitely a panicked edge to it. Jeez, you made it sound like you were dying when you called. Look, just get some rest. I'll see you in the morning. My heart was pounding near the back of my throat. Shut up, phone! Excuse me. At least she isn't hurt. I can deal with sleeping alone for the night. I just wish she didn't worry so much. All I could think of was her rushing to my hospital room 4 months ago. I never wanted to see her like that again. Really, I'll be fine.
Will you really be okay? For the whole night?
I told you already, I can handle it. I'm 18. I've graduated. I'm not a little kid anymore. I should have had a different voice for Nick, but oh well, we'll roll with what I got now. Just don't drive up until the roads are safe, okay? My voice cracked a little. Crap. I have to keep it together. If she does something stupid and gets hurt rushing back because of me.
Okay, I'll wait until it's safe. I'm so sorry, honey. You're stuck out there alone after I talked to you into coming out here. I never should have taken you on such a long drive.
I slammed my fist down on the table, right next to the phone.
Nick?
Sorry, I tripped over a chair. Wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay. Just remember the medication is in the suitcase if you need.
Line went dead. Mom, are you there? Shit. Great. She probably thinks I hung up on her. I tried to call back. Nothing. No dial tone, no static, nothing. Well, isn't this going to be a great trip? The next few hours passed more fitfully than the first few had. Why did she have to pick such a crappy cabin? The phone doesn't even work now, and the way it just went dead. I couldn't call for help that day either. My cell phone was lying on the rocky ground, and shattered pieces reduced into useless hunks of plastic and glass. I tried to use it anyway, but the screen wouldn't even turn on. So we were in some sort of accident, huh? And, well, something bad happened that left scars on both myself and my mother. Calm down, it was just a storm that knocked the power pole down. Or something. I should just be glad the power is on. Anyway, this isn't anything like that time. What the hell? The door. If she did something stupid like drive back before the road was safe. I got up to answer it and threw the door open, expecting to see my mom's shocked face. It wasn't her. Okay. Bruh. Who's this guy? Some guy around my age was standing there, his fist raised in front of my face like he was about to knock again. His eyes went a little wide and he lowered his arm to his side. Oh man, this is super awkward. Apologies if I woke you. I was just checking up on all the guests. You would be... Oh, I'm Nick. Who are you? He extended his hand out towards me. Apologies. Shut up, phone! Cheese and crackers. Okay. I asked your name and I didn't give you mine. I'm Felix. Now, maybe not a deep voice. This guy doesn't seem like a deep voice type of character, but he definitely sounds posh. The corners of his lips twitched, and he tilted his head to the side with a piece of dark hair falling over his left eye. My father owns the cabins out here, but he's in town right now. He wanted me to make sure that everyone's all right with all the bears and the garbage last night and the storm tonight. His hand was still extended out towards me. Yeah, what the hell? I'll shake his hand. I reached down and shook his hand. His grip was firm and his fingers cold. I wonder why he'd come out by so late. He must be pretty cold. He doesn't even have a jacket. You want to, come in and warm up? It's pretty cold out there. You don't mind? I did forget my jacket, but don't know what I was thinking, really. Is there anything you need to make you stay more comfortable? Actually, yeah. The phone went out earlier. Do you want me to take a look at that? He gestured to the phone on the nightstand. My mom's been stuck in town and she's probably trying to call. Yeah, come in, take a look. Maybe you can fix it. I moved out of the way so he could come in. He smiled at me as he stepped inside and went over to the phone. I fiddled with my cell phone, eyeing the empty reception bars. Well, at least I downloaded a couple of offline games, so I have something to do to pass the time. I wish there was some reception up here. It's weird having to use one of these older phones, you know what I mean? The price of isolation, I suppose. Well, the phone looks fine. There must be something wrong with the line. It'll probably be out until somebody can come up here and do some repairs. Well, crap. So much for that. I guess I can't call her back then. Huh? Did you come here with your girlfriend? No, definitely not. It's my mom. She got stuck out in town because of the storm. No girlfriend then, eh? Felix smiled again and raised an eyebrow. We locked eyes, and there was a strange intensity to his gaze. What's with this guy? Why is he asking me something like that? No, I don't. Tried to push Bree's face out of my thoughts, and a wave of nausea washed over me. No, I never actually asked her out. She never was my girlfriend. Brakes shrieked, then went silent as the wheel lost traction and left the road. We were tumbling down the embankment, everything spinning in slow motion.
Aha! Hang on a minute. Hold on. If we're having car accident stories, I've been in one myself, and it was not slow. Why does everyone describe it in slow motion? Mine was not slow.
Anyway, that's another story for another time, but... but yeah, mine was not slow. Anyway, Bree was there, somewhere. The back? Tyler was up front. I think Bree might have been screaming, but the blood was pounding so loudly in my ears. Wrong? Everything was wrong. Everything has been wrong since. I felt an arm slip around my waist. Bree? No. She was in the back seat. There were hands on my shoulders now, shaking me back and forth. I could hear someone calling in the distance. Nick, what's wrong? Oh, what's up? My eyes slid back into focus, and I found myself sitting on the couch. Shit, I had a flashback. I thought I was over those. Excuse me. I was covered in a cold sweat, and Blee I've never actually seen that word before. Was rising in the back of my throat. My legs was throbbing and my neck ached. No, don't think about it. I'm fine. I'm going to be fine. Nothing. You know, I'm just tired. Long drive, you know? I must have fallen asleep on my feet or something. I rubbed my legs and winced before failing a yawn. Yes. Anyone would be tired after a drive like that. I'll call in a technician once the road is clear. I stood up and almost immediately the dizziness hit again. Felix opened the front door. Please leave. I think I might pass out or maybe have another one of those things. I don't need this guy to watch that again. Sucks you couldn't fix it, but thanks for trying. Felix turned towards me and gave a shallow bow and finished it off with a twirl of his hand, and his eyes met mine again. It really feels like he's looking in the back of my he's looking into the back of my skull or something. I shivered, and the cold wind blowing over me from the open door. It was nice to meet you, Nick. It's lonely up here. Perhaps we can spend more time together once you've settled in. There's something interesting about you. Without waiting for my reply, he slipped out into the moonlit night. In the distance, the thunder of the storm still echoed. What a strange fellow. Yeah, it's pretty late now. Maybe I should just watch some TV on this old set. There's even a tape player built into it. Who the hell has videotapes anymore? Hey, don't knock it. I still have a VCR. Anyway, these cabins need some serious upgrades. At least there's still power. When I turned on the TV, some old horror film was playing. There was a woman screaming, covered in blood as she ran through a dark tunnel. Something was creeping behind her claws, dragging out through the stone cavern as it tracked her down. Yeah, no thanks. I changed the channel to some late-night infomercial for some weird fancy blender. Perfect. Couldn't stay awake even if I tried with this boring thing on. I fell asleep to that, and the sounds of the chopping and blending on the small set more comforting than the thoughts that would have come floating up from that awful silence. The dreams came anyway.
Hang on, I'm having a water break at the moment.
No. I need to get out of here. I was rolling, my body snapping from side to side as the car crunched down the embankment. Why is this always the start of the dream? It wasn't the start of that night at all. I could hear the brakes squeal as I slammed them down, and then their screams went silent when the tire lost the road. What? Silence when the tires lost the road. Right, I never mind. Yeah, that's what's happening first. Except I'm still rolling right now. That's not right. Their eyes were on me, their gaze warming up my spine. Bree was behind me. Tyler was in the front passenger seat. Don't look at that. Instead, I stared fixedly at the bloody crimson of the rivulets dripping down the dash. There were strips of flesh and torn hair pinched into the starburst crack of the windshield where Tyler's head was hit. Or had hit, sorry. Why did you do it? Oh, why did you do it? I didn't mean to. Why weren't you looking? I'm sorry.
Look at me right now.
I can't. I ruined my character. I can't.
Why didn't you die?
I woke up, shuddering and coated in the chilly sweat that rolled down my forehead and into my eyes. A groan escaped my lips, and I pressed my palms into my closed eyes until I saw stars. I wish I could stop those dreams. At least I won't be alone again tonight. It was light outside now, and the TV was still on. The morning news was playing.
And quite the storm we had last night. The pass of the Aspen Lodge has been closed until the city can plow it. Hopefully you vacationers have a cozy fire and a book, because there's going to be at least another night before it's clear.
I groaned again. That's not sort of the news I wanted to hear at all. Never mind then, I guess it's another day alone. No reason to wait around here. Might as well go out and get some fresh air. Maybe I'll run into that guy. What was his name? Felix? Or maybe I'll get lucky and get mauled by a bear. I won't have any more of those nightmares then. There he is again. Bruh. What are you doing? Where'd you come from? Okay, I opened the door to leave and nearly walked into Felix, who was just standing outside. What the... It was snowing lightly and the sky was still overcast from last night's storm. He sighed and rubbed the bridge of his nose as if he had a headache. I wanted to apologize for last night. I can be a little, I don't know, intense. And here I am, surprising you again. I've made a bad impression, haven't I? There was a light dusting of snow on his shoulders, and there was also a slight bags under his eyes that made him look tired. He was holding a small basket at his side, the contents wrapped in blue checkered cloth. It looks like he didn't get sleep last night at all. Was he out looking for that bear? It's fine, don't worry about it. Most of the people who come up here are either retired or parents with young kids. Needless to say, they aren't great conversations that hold my interests. But I may have gotten a bit carried away with my introduction. It was simply refreshing to meet someone like you. I told you, it's fine. I mean, I'm not exactly normal myself. Yes, true. You seem like someone who understands isolation. Yeah, I guess. But I'm only here for a couple of days. It isn't like I'm gonna be here forever. Well, of course, I'm not a fool, Nick. I was thinking I should come over tonight. I would like to get to know you better. I would regret it if our time was defined by one single strange meeting. To be honest, I'm not liking the tone that Felix is pulling off right here, right now. I mean, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't trust Felix. He's a little... He may be the son of the guy who owns all these entire places, but he gives me an awkward feeling that I just don't trust. But you know what? Maybe if I invite him over, I'll be able to find out some information about this guy, but hopefully he doesn't make it weird. Otherwise, I'm throwing him out. Okay, I'm not throwing him out. Sure, I guess. Oh, good. I was worried I'd put you off too much. Here, as an apology. He handed me the basket he was holding. I unfolded the cloth and covering the contents. Inside were a couple of bottles of sparkling water, a bunch of individually wrapped toffees, and a package of off-brand peach rings. Cool, nothing important, except for the sparkling water. Did you at least grab lemons? And sugar, because then I can make some nice lemonade, but whatever. The guest shop was a little low on the selection of this sort of thing, but it's just a little something to apologize about the phone. See you tonight, then? Yeah, see you tonight, I guess. It's kind of weird, but I guess it's better than being stuck alone for another night. I'll see you then. Maybe I'll bring a movie, unless you have a suggestion. Well, I'm kind of stuck up here, so no suggestions. Unless you have a way to get wireless internet I don't know about. No, unfortunately, it's rather expensive. The phone lines took quite a while to get hooked up, and, well, you know how reliable those are. Yeah, I guess that's too much to ask for. Anyway, I guess I'll see you tonight. I'm sure whatever you end up bringing will be better than the infomercials and phone games. Oh, well, I may end up disappointing you. I don't have many things like that. And, don't you live up here? What the heck do you do? Mostly working. I read at times. I also go for walks fairly often. I mean, with a lovely landscape like this, how could I resist? Anyway, see you tonight. Have fun exploring. With a wave, he turned to leave. I guess I really would be alone for the day, unless... Hey, you wouldn't want to come with me, would you? Felix glanced back, and he seemed to consider my offer. For a moment, he looked like he was about to agree before shaking his head regretfully. Regretfully? No, regretfully. No. I have too much to do. I do look forward to hearing about your day, though. Perhaps you can provide some suggestions for refreshing this place up. Maybe we can explore more tonight. I don't know about going out at night. What with the bears and all? A small smile ceased over his lips, and it made me realize just how tired he looked. My current project, actually, I need to preserve the safety of my guests. He continued on his way and left me standing at the door, holding the strange gift basket he'd offered me. I trudged around the side of the house in the bright white snow, making me squint. There was a trail nearby with a frozen pond about 3 miles away that my mom had wanted to visit. Well, I guess I could go check it out and let her know if it's worth her time. The air was strangely still after the harsh winds from the night before. It made everything feel less real. The trees are actually quite beautiful out here. The bark is almost as white as the snow. It kind of looks like some sort of fantasy show or something. Then I saw it. The blossom of red among the endless white. The smear was so crimson bright that it gleamed like a beacon. I couldn't look away. What is it? A person? After I got closer, I could see 3 hooves poking out of a layer of fresh snow. A deer, maybe? Oh, why the hell did I think it was a person? Maybe there really is a bear around here.
Ah, gross. What the hell is that?
Huh? Oh, it's a girl. Sorry, I did the wrong voice for a girl, but... yeah, well, oh, what the... The words cut through the silence and made me jump. A girl? A goyle? Anyway, she was staring at the deer corpse, her expression somewhere caught between disgust and asphyxiation, or fascination, sorry. Ah, you scared me. I didn't hear you come up. What are you doing here? Oh, what are you doing out here, sorry. The girl gave me an annoyed look.
Oh, going for a walk?
I don't know why. Oh. You know what, that's her voice from now on. It sounds really bad, but whatever. We have to roll with it, okay?
Going for a walk? Looks like you were doing this. Looks like you were doing the same thing. Or were you looking out for dead stuff? That'd be pretty weird.
Wait, did I misread that entire conversation in my own head? I don't know. What the? No, I was not trying to find a dead deer. Damn it, my face is getting red. Gotta keep it cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Hey, you're a tall glass of water. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, anyway. Some guy last night told me that there was some bear around, so I thought I'd take a look. What's your name anyway?
Oh, name's Grayson. And man, it sounds like something fun. A real life bear, huh? He ate that critter pretty damn good, didn't he?
Yeah, I guess. If ripping something's gut open is, good. I'm Nick, by the way. I cleared my throat. So, you on vacation here too?
I guess you could say that. If being stuck out in the middle of nothing for 3 years counts as vacation, you wanna look at the deer now?
Sure. Might as well. Nothing else to do up here, right? I found myself grinning, which was weird since I was standing over a deer corpse.
You're right about that. You're right about that. What you want to look at first?
Brush away the snow. Don't look anymore. Look at that. Let's look at the head. The neck looked like it had been crushed between a powerful set of jaws. Oh, where'd she go? Where'd I go? Oh. And
I still can't believe you guys drove all the way out here to pick me up.
Hey, don't look at me. He's the one that wanted to get you. Well, I mean, I invited you to the party, so I figured, you know.
Are you blushing?
Shut up. You're really red. You're super red, man. They were both laughing when I felt my cheeks burning.
Oh, Nick.
I told you to shut up.
No, the road.
Shit! The shadow had darted out from the side of the road. Slender hooved legs stood frozen in surprise. The shocked eyes glowing green in the glare of the headlights. I swerved. The eyes of the doe in front of me weren't gleaming with the light at all. They were gray and lifeless. The deer's mouth was hanging open and slightly its tongue had lolled out. Lolled out? Is that really the expression? I don't know. It must have been panting on the ground as it died.
Hey, buddy. You okay? Hello? Earth the Nick.
Grayson waved her hand in front of my face, trying to snap me out of what must have been a very obvious daze. Bruh. Okay. Sorry, I was thinking about something.
Hey, no problem. Don't worry about it. Pretty freaky how something crushed its neck, huh? Some guy said that there was a bear?
Yeah, some guy came by last night and said something about a bear getting into the garbage. I guess it got into more than that. I gestured grimly at the dead deer.
You're in the cabins?
Yeah, it's just over there. I pointed back towards the tip of the cabin roof that's still visible in the distance. Grayson nodded and peered over the deer, her eyebrows furrowed in thought. So brush away the snow. Let's take a look at the body. Oh, we're having another flashback. Oh, or maybe not. Well, I could see more red under a lighter coating of snow that covered the deer's torso. It must have been killed after the heaviest part of the snowstorm had passed, or it would have been more buried. I brushed the snow away. There was a frozen pool of blood under the deer's exposed stomach. Barista and organs trailed onto the congealed pool. Into that congealed pool, the blood had overflowed into the second, more shadowed indentations in the ground.
Ugh. Looks like a big paw print, frozen in blood.
Aren't bear paws pretty wide? Looks more like a giant dog print.
Nah, that's way too big to be a dog. Gotta be a bear.
Poor thing. I wonder if it was still alive when its guts were ripped out.
Well, don't just sound like the life of a party.
I don't go to parties anymore. She rolled her eyes and hands placed firmly on her hips.
Way to be a downer.
I ignored her and bent down again to look at the body. What if I relook at the head, is it gonna like repeat everything? I'm not looking at that again. Okay, brush away the snow. I'm not looking at that again. Okay. I know she's curious about this. Oh no, I know she's curious, but this is making me feel sick. Hey, I think I've had enough of this. Why don't we do something else?
Sure, why not? What you want to do?
What should we do? Maybe I should invite her back to my cabin. No, wait, that's super weird. I just freaking met her. I don't know. Why not? I don't know. But do you ever, like, whenever you read these types of situations, and then, like, both on TV and books and whatnot, do you ever, like, just picture yourself in this situation, what you would actually do? I don't want to be that guy, but if I was alone with a cabin and I just met her, I'd be like, bro, you want to come back to my place? I don't got any food or nothing to drink, but we could hang out in the nice warm house and get to know each other. Maybe, or we could hike around the snow. It depends on the situation. Maybe make it weird. You know what? To be fair, I wouldn't actually know what I would do. You know what I mean? It'd be like one of those just situational things that happens on the spot. You can't accurately predict what you would do, so forget everything that I just said. I would probably be wrong. Who knows what I'd do? I'd probably think of the same thing. I don't know. Either way, let's just move on. Grayson wandered off while I was thinking, then perked up and called back to me. Whoa, look at her go!
Power pose. Ooh, look! More prints. Want to follow him and see what else that bear got up to?
I like her personality. She seems like a very fun lady. Anyway, not really. What if there's another dead animal? I don't know if... She ran up to me and grabbed my hand and pulled me towards the tracks she'd found.
Come on, it'll be fun. I've been damned bored for I don't know how long. I mean, you're the first friend I've made in forever.
We're friends? You know what? What the hey, let's go with her. Yeah. It's been a while since I've made a friend, too. She grinned.
So, since we're friends and all, what are you doing up here anyway?
Oh, sorry. I will say one thing, oh. Excuse me. Doing all these different types of voices makes me extremely thirsty. Anyway. Oh, my mom came out here for a vacation. Guess she thought it'd take my mind off things.
It worked.
Not unless you constantly remember the worst night of my life, that was her goal. No, not exactly. What about you? We trudged after the animal tracks while we talked, our breaths misting in the chill air.
Been here for near 3 years now. I actually kind of hate it.
Bro, you're wearing shorts in winter. I just realized that. Oh, excuse me.
I actually kind of hate it. Been trying to get my dad to let me move in with my mom in the city.
She looked over at me.
Your parents together?
Yeah, they're just, I don't know, normal. My mom is kind of pushy, like she thought dragging me out here would change me somehow or something. Grayson nodded at me and as if she understood perfectly.
Yeah. Being up here doesn't fix it nothing. At least you're just visiting. My dad keeps me up here like some sort of prisoner.
You don't get to go into town or anything? She waved her hand dismissively.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I can go into town and junk, but hanging out at a hardware store ain't exactly a party. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got a school up here neither, so I just did the homeschooling thing. Graduated last June. The computer didn't really always connect to the internet neither. And it still uses the phone line when it does. Really sucks, you know? My dad just keeps going on about how it's good for me to be up here. He don't want me to move out or nothing. Neither. I'm an adult. I ain't no kid anymore. But he don't even want to let me try and go at it alone, you know what I'm saying?
You sound pretty mad at him. She kicked at the snow in frustration.
I mean, he means okay. It's just, he just doesn't get it. He wouldn't even listen to me last night. All I wanted was to give living out in the city with my mom a go. But they get along so bad now that he wouldn't even let me call.
Yeah, I mean, parents can be kind of stupid sometimes, but they usually, creak.
What's that?
Creak. It's coming from over there. There was a bend in the trail, and the source of the sound obscured by the trees. I could see the paw prints going off into the bush in the same direction. Creak. We don't have to go over there. The garrison was already ahead of me. Grayson. I saw her clear the bend and froze, staring off into something I couldn't see yet. She raised her hands up to her mouth, eyes wide and head shaking back and forth. Creak. I don't know. I don't want to know what this is, but I was walking closer anyway. I had to see what she was seeing. I turned the corner. A nude corpse was hanging in the tree. The rope tight around its neck, and there was a sack over his head, bound tightly into place with the rope that had hung him. Cheese and crackers. Doctor. His intestines were hanging out of his sliced open stomach, dangling almost into the snow and onto the ground. One of his legs was completely missing. This can't be real. It just can't.
Oh my gosh, Nick! I don't think a bear did that. Woo!
She was shivering, and it obviously wasn't from the cold. We should go tell, I don't know, somebody.
Oh, the road's been closed and all the phones are out. My dad didn't come home this morning, and neither did he, so he must have been stuck in town.
Wait, all the phones are out? I thought it was just mine. I hate to say it, but if we can't get the police up here, I think we might need to, record this. Feeling sick, I pulled out my phone. Still no bars. It was useless for making calls, but at least I could take pictures or maybe a video. I can't believe I'm doing this, but somebody might need to see this later. I hit record on my phone. It felt gross, like I was committing some sort of crime. Grayson pulled out a... Oops, didn't mean to click that. Grayson pulled out a pocket knife and looked from the creek to the creeping rope. Okay, sorry. Excuse me. There was a thick knot on the wood by the base of the tree where the rope had been fixed around. She started walking towards it. No. We shouldn't let the body... We shouldn't touch the crime scene. We gotta at least preserve it as much as possible. No. Don't touch it. Wait, there might be something important here. We should at least look around first. She didn't look happy, but nodded in agreement and stepped back again. Didn't I just say we shouldn't cut him down? That's the option right there. Okay, let's examine the ground first. Why don't we check out the ground? Grayson seemed more than eager to stop looking at the body. It's actually kind of weird, huh? As she pointed to the ground, and I immediately saw what she was talking about. The only prints that were there, the prints of a circle animal. What? The only prints were a circle of animal tracks around the base of the hanging corpse. There was blood speckled in the snow below, but not nearly enough for a disemboweled man. No footprints. But who hung the body then? And no drag marks either. There was also a blood-stained divot where the body must have been set before it was strung up. Why the hell aren't there any other prints? Maybe he was hung before the snowstorm. I looked towards the corpse, shuddering. My eyes were locked onto the body. I wanted to look away, but it was so horrible that I couldn't. I kept staring at them after they were dead too. I'm disgusting.
His leg. It must have been ripped clean off.
She was right. Not cut, but ripped. There were stringy ligaments that had frozen like grim icicles where the leg had been torn off. Even though it was night, the ground was still warm from the summer sun. Bree, are you okay? My vision was blurry. Something kept dripping in my eyes. I tried to brush it away, but it was all sticky. It's blood. Am I bleeding? I tried to stand up, but there was a shooting pain that lurked up my leg, and I toppled to the ground again. I think it's broken. I reached out, groping. There was something laying there, a green shape, in the darkness, calling out to me like a beacon. Bree was wearing a green dress. I pulled myself closer. There was something. It was definitely the shape of a person in the shadows. It had to be her. If only the blood would stop dripping into my eyes, then I could see her. I reached out towards the shape, and my hand brushed against something. Fingers? Bree! I grabbed the hand in front of me, but it was limp. No. Maybe if I pull over, I can see if she's still... I tried to pull her close. There was a wet, popping sound, and the arm came free from the motionless body in front of me. It slid effortlessly into my arms. No! Bree! I curled around that single limb, paralyzed by the impossible realness of it all. No.
Yo, Nick, you look like you're gonna be sick.
Grayson put my arm around my shoulder. Oh, put her arm around my shoulder. I leaned on her and tried to control my trembling until I was able to catch my breath. Thanks. I'll be fine. Just give me a second. The leg, it just got to me. Sorry. I can keep it together. We shouldn't cut him down. That's going to be disturbing the crime scene. Doesn't anyone know any rules around here? Fine, whatever. We'll cut him down, jeez. I'm going to cut him down. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut him down. It doesn't seem right leaving him up like that.
Yeah, go ahead. She sawed the rope with her pocket knife. It took a few minutes, but the rope finally snapped. The body, unceremoniously, thunked to the ground in a poof of red and white. Okay, that was a weird sound. Should we take a closer look?
Someone strung him up. They could still be around here. Maybe looking will give us a clue.
Yeah, maybe. Take off the hood. Oh, right, he has a sack on his head. I forgot about that. Let's look at his torso first, because that's technically the first thing that we'd see. There were multiple large animal bites covering his body, but most didn't seem to go very deep. From the bear? Maybe he was wearing clothes when he got bitten. A bunch of people here have pretty thick jackets because of the weather. My eyes were drawn to the bite marks on his shoulder, which definitely looked like the worst of the injuries. Pieces of his flesh had been torn back, but it didn't look like it would have killed him. The bite was nothing compared to how mangled the deer was. The sack around his head was partially covering up the shoulder wound. Whatever bit him had huge jaws.
And it got to him before the bag was put on his head. Nick, I don't know if I want to see under there.
Well, let's take a look at his hands first. I bent down and looked at his hands. His hands were calloused, nails cracked with blood and dirt. Some of them were cracked, and his thumbnails had been peeled completely backwards.
Look, there's something stuck in the blood.
She was right. There was a thick strands of fur glued to the palms of his hands. Fur from a bear? But a bear couldn't hang someone.
This really don't make no sense.
Take off the hood, bro. I reached towards the hood and pulled it off. The bag crackled with the frozen water, but it remained fixed in place. The noose was pulled tightly around the edges of the sack. Folds of purpling skin peeked from under the burlap flaps. It's too tight to remove without loosening the knot first.
You don't need to do that.
You said it yourself. Whoever did this might be here. We need to get as much of a record as possible to take it to the police. What if the killer moves the body or something? I handed her my phone, which was still recording video. I pulled the knot and managed to get it slide up. And it just enough to slip the bag off the man's head. I turned to Grayson. Ready? She nodded, looking ill but determined, and focused the recording phone on the dead man's head.
Before we continue, this is quite the way of me, this is quite the story situation. You go out of the woods, you find a dead deer. You also meet a nice lady. And the two of you kind of hit it off a little bit, you get to learn one another about each other's friendships. Next thing you know, there's a murder. What an interesting way to start a friendship, eh? Anyway. Do it.
The bag slid off the man's head. At first, I couldn't even comprehend what I was seeing.
Whoa, bruh.
What? The hair. The back of his head. But if I can see his chest, the body is... I almost threw up once I realized what I was seeing. His head had been completely twisted backwards. The face pressed into the ground and obscured by snow. His neck. Who could have done something like that? Why would somebody decide to... The skin spiraled tightly, bits of beard and the spots of acne caught into a horrible, inhuman curve. Skin shouldn't ever look like that. Are we gonna see a picture? No, okay. Might be too scary for kids. Anyway, an owl hooted overhead while I lay curled around Bree's arm. I could hear the buzzing of flies growing louder around us. It's strange. The owl, these bugs, their life is completely the same as it was before. A gurgling moan cut through the air. It was... Okay. Okay. Alright, we don't need the gurgling moans. We can picture in our own mind. We don't... this is a... No. I don't like... It wasn't coming from the still body in front of me. It was over in the shadows to my right. Tyler? No, we already heard that noise. Hang on, Tyler. I'm coming, please. I tried to stand up again, but my broken leg wouldn't hold me, and I fell to the ground for a second time. I dragged myself towards the noise. My vision was clearer now. The blood on my forehead congealed and ropedy now that it was clotted. I could see something jerking in the shadows now. The shape would spasm and jitter for a few moments, then go absolutely still. No! Oh, no! Oh, he's hit her father. The scream brought me back from the horror in my head and back to the horror of what was in front of me. Grayson, what's... She was crouched over the man's twisted head while I was staring off. She must have flipped him on his side because the side of her face was very visible now. Daddy! No! No, I can't. Daddy, no! Okay, I can't do it. I can't do that voice in panic of sadness. Daddy! Oh no! Oh, Daddy! That sounds ridiculous. Anyway. My cell phone lay forgotten in the snow next to her as she shrieked. He looked surprised, like he didn't expect to die. But all those bite marks, why? No, you gotta get up. You just gotta... This has gotta be one of my bad dreams. Daddy! I might get pretty loud. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, if that was a little loud for you. I can't let her keep looking at it like this. I went over and crouched next to her. My mouth was so dry it was hard to swallow. Grayson, we need to go. You shouldn't look at this. Aw, she even has that epic power pose going on, like, I will revenge my father! They'll be like, jeez, I crack it. But you know what I mean. I picked up my phone and stopped the video that was recording. Grayson turned towards me, her face streaked with tears. It's real, isn't it? It's real. I'm really here. I nodded and she swallowed. I need to go. I need to go. I can't be here. I need to be alone. She stood up, looking panicked. She was looking at everything but the body in front of us. No, she needs time. If that's what you need to do, then do it. But be careful. We don't know who's out there. If I find that bastard who did this, I'll kill them. He can try to finish me off, but I'll kill him first. Her voice was shaking in rage and sorrow. Where are you going? I won't follow, but in case something else happens. I'll just be at the lake. Just up ahead. I really need to be alone. Okay. I'm going back to my cabin. I'll wait for my mom. When she comes back, we can go and get help, okay? She nodded before turning and heading down the road. The intensity of this story is actually pretty great. I watched her walk out of the sight before I turned around and followed the trail back. I trapped with nothing but my own thoughts for company. Excuse me. The lights were all on when I got back to the cabin, and the TV in the bedroom was playing a talk show rerun. I sat down in the living room, not bothering to turn off the TV in the other room. I pulled out my phone and turned it on, intendingly to open up a game to kill time. The recording app was still open. The video we had taken of the body was the first thing on the playlist. I hit play. Why did I take this? Why am I watching it now? I'm horrible. No. We can't hear those noises again. Quit playing those noises. Stop that. Anyway. I watched the body converse again in the shadows as I pulled myself closer, my broken leg dragging in the dirt behind me. Tyler's face was visible now, a blank expression staring towards me. The glimmering line of drool bubbling from his lips. He was laughing for like just 30 minutes ago. How is this real? Tyler! He convulsed again at the sound of his name. He's alive. I can save him. I can fix this. He struggled against my aching body. No, I struggled against my aching body and broken leg, pushing myself with all my strength towards Tyler. He's going to be fine. He's going to... I didn't see it until I was right next to him. His head. It's not, his head looked wrong. The profile was not Tyler's. Instead, it looked like a half-crushed tomato that was only holding its shape because of its own skin. A deep red pool of hunks of something meteor surrounded him in a grim hollow. Tyler? Help. Please, anybody. He's dying. I need help.
You're useless.
No. I want to save him.
You don't. You want to save Bree.
No. I want to save you both. Why? Why can't I save you both?
You could have. You were driving. Too busy having a crush to look at the road.
No. Why? Why won't you leave me alone?
You're nothing but a monster. Monsters deserve to suffer. Monsters deserve to die.
Huh? No. I fell asleep. They only talk to me like that when I fall asleep. I slumped over on the couch, my phone laying face down on the floor in front of me. I picked it up. It sat on the coffee table. Oh, my throat gets too dry after a while. Ugh. I've been keeping a character for so long that... Oh, I think I clogged up my throat and... Whew! Hold on, let me just take a small break here and get myself situated. Whew! Okay. Knockity knock! I forgot. Felix said he was coming tonight. Maybe he can help. Wait, hang on. Are Felix and Garrison a thing? I need to know that. No, so you can just say it. Anyway, I answered the front door and Felix was standing there. He was a little further back than he was before, probably because I had almost run into him twice. He was holding an old videotape. Did I really only see him this morning? It feels like it's been longer.
Has your mother returned?
I picked something we might enjoy watching. We might all enjoy watching? Okay. Oh man, am I glad to see you. Do you know if there's a working phone anywhere? We need to call the cops.
Why? Because of the dead deer down the road? I hardly see why the police need to be called over for a thing like that. Anyway, it's a nature documentary about...
No, wait, what? No, there's been a murder. A man. It was a... Felix cocked his head and frowned his brow in concern. He looked in from the front door. His eyes flickered around the room as if searching for traces of blood.
Are you alright? What did you see?
I know. Felix is the murderer. No, he's probably not, but you know what I mean. Never mind that. Do you have a working phone or a way to get into town? He shrugged regretfully and sighed, fingers playing with the edge of the tape.
No, I don't, actually. The road is still closed, and I'm embarrassed to admit it, but something took out the rest of the phone lines up here after yours disconnected. The entire system that's down right now.
Oh, it's the entire system. Ah, shit. Wait, I have an idea. Maybe someone else here has a satellite phone. We could go and check. Oh, why the hell didn't I think of that before?
I guess that means our movie plans are ruined. What did the body look like? Did the bear kill him?
No. I told you it was a murder. Somebody hung him naked from a tree. I felt ill just saying it. I looked back over my shoulders at my phone and shivered. And I was disgusted enough to record it. Grayson's dad. I made a video of her dad swinging there in the hood. Yeah. Felix followed my gaze to my phone and seemed to realize what it meant.
You took pictures?
His voice was quiet, and I couldn't tell if it was more of a question or an accusation. A video, actually. I recorded it.
May I come in and watch it? Maybe I can assist.
I really think we should just try to see if anyone has a satellite phone.
Nick, I know you're in a panic, but think. Any one of those tendons could be your murderer. Maybe I'll be able to see something you've missed. I should have a look at that video before we go.
Well, for right now, he's the only other comrade that we got. Well, let's show it to him. Though I still don't trust you, Felix. Anyway. Yeah, you're right. You should come in and see it. Felix stepped inside and went to sit on the couch. He leaned forward expectantly, slender arms propped on an elegant crossed legs. I pulled up the video and handed it in my phone.
Could you play it for me? You should be able to watch it again, too. Maybe you'll notice something different.
Sure, I guess. Don't look at me with that face, Felix! Anyway, I don't want to see this again. I hit play anyway. Instead, I looked down on the carpet. Sure, maybe Felix thought I'd find something new, but he wasn't there. He didn't know what it felt like.
Did you see anything new?
His voice was so close it made me jump. He had leaned over with his mouth right next to my ear when I spoke. Oh, when he spoke, sorry. No, sorry. I forced my eyes back to the video. I loosened the noose now. It was as if I could feel the rough rope on my hands again. I'm sliding the bag off his head. Tyler was still gurgling and twitching. Every time I thought he was dead, he would move again, spasmically and moaning. I looked down at my blooded hands and up towards Tyler's deformed face. This is all my fault. I can do at least this. The car drove by ahead above me. We had rolled far down the embankment and into the corpse of trees. We weren't visible from the road. I yelled anyway. Down here! Help! Nothing. Again, I had been yelling on and off for the past 10 minutes. Beside me, Tyler groaned. I'm going to do it. I can't watch this anymore. Not when he's going to die before anyone comes. Lifting my shaking hands, I pinched Tyler's nose shut, then placed my palm over his mouth. It won't take much. He's already going to die. Just suffering. I'm sorry, man. I'm so fucking sorry. Nobody's gonna come, and you're dying. I fucked up. Now, this is all I can do. This is strange how he has bite marks all over his body like that. But somebody hung him? Why? What? Bite marks? No, that's not right. His head is.
Nick, did you look away again?
I held myself over Tyler until he could stop moving. No, I'm looking. I did this. It's all my fault.
Nick, are you listening?
Sorry. Did you see anything else?
Well, I can tell you that the man is Mr. Nash, the caretaker of this property. My father hired him about 3 years ago. Shame, really.
He stared off at the wall, shaking his head in disbelief.
You know...
Oh, he worked for you? Then Grayson...
Oh! His daughter. Yes, I know her. She was the one screaming in that video, wasn't she?
I picked up the couch cushion, not wanting to look up. Yeah, that was her.
What an unfortunate way to find out a horrible thing like that. I wish there was something I could do to help, but
That's why we should take this we should look to see if we can find someone with a working phone. Look, I know someone here has to be the murderer, but I can't just sit here and wait for the road to clear.
I suppose you're right. It might end up being a dangerous. It might just be It might end up being just as dangerous to wait as it would be to ask around.
Music changed into like an actiony tone. I like it. I met Felix outside and we started walking towards over to the nearest cabin, which was about a half a mile away.
Are you enjoying your stay here? Oh, well, besides the body, terrible, just terrible. I still can't believe it.
Well, it does look like, yeah, it does look nice out here. So your dad owns this place? I really don't need to talk about that body anymore. I just need to focus on finding a way to get the police out here.
Well, I own this place. Given my age, I found it easier to simply say I was assisting my father. At times, the older guests, they would, well, an 18-year-old boy is not always as respected. It's part of the reason why I hired Mr. Nash to assist in day-to-day management. Then he just had to go and get himself killed. I'm going to have trouble hiring someone new. His expression darkened as he spoke.
That's kind of cold, man. He literally just died.
You're right. Of course I should be more sympathetic. I don't know. I just don't want to risk my home or my business, and well, this most certainly will. No fault on Mr. Nash's part, obviously. Just tragedy can make you think of strange things.
I couldn't stop thinking about the flies landing on their bodies. So yeah, I guess he's right. Strange things. Yeah, I guess.
This property has been in my family for almost a century. We built these cabins, you know. Do you like them?
They're, very nice.
For a moment, he went
For a moment he went quiet, and I thought the conversation was over.
He passed away pretty unexpectedly, my birth father.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
He was not the smartest of men, never really understood what was important. Almost lost everything we had worked for.
Excuse me.
In a way, it was lucky he died. I inherited his land, and my godfather paid off his debts, so I wasn't reclaimed by his creditors.
Jeez, oversharing much? So, your godfather, gave you this place after your father died? Does he live around here too? Disconcertable look flickered across his face.
He did not give it to me. This place has always been mine, and no, not anymore.
Just trying to sound interested in your complicated ownership story. No need to look annoyed.
So what about your parents? Do you like them? You like them, do you?
He looked at me intently, as if eager to know my response. Yes, I like them fine.
No arguments, no misunderstandings. They haven't done anything to hurt you.
What? No. I mean, sure, sometimes they're annoying, but...
My mistake, then.
What's this? What is this guy getting at?
I thought you were hurting with your mother last night, you know. Just before the phones cut out, I was doing my first rounds.
What? You were watching me?
No, not at all. You were just fairly loud. I was curious because of my own experiences, you know. What resentment like that feels like.
Well, it isn't that. She just thinks I can't handle myself. It's not the same.
I see. But of course, you can handle yourself. It's what you've been looking off at, right? Somebody, died and you saw it. Yet here you are, holding yourself together, even after seeing another corpse. That seems like you're handing yourself to me.
He sounded almost impressed. How would you know anything like that?
He raised his hands up defensively. Simply that we are brothers in suffering. I told you my father died, but that was not the whole matter. He killed himself. Cut his own throat open in front of me. Perhaps he thought I was ungrateful.
Whoa. Shit. If he's 18, that only been like a few years ago. Oh, that's pretty shitty, man. I can't even...
I think you can. I saw it from you in the beginning, Nick. When you threw open the door, I thought, now, here is a man that knows suffering.
How?
How could I tell? Because I know you're my own soul, Nick. I know it. I see it here.
He reached out and made a gesture that framed my face, his hand hovering only an inch away from my skin.
You look the same tonight as you did last night. Now tell me how that can be when you found a dead body today.
What? Did I misread that sentence?
Because of what you saw before, it was worse. Because I have seen worse too.
He paused to take a long look at me. It was ice cold, but I was sweating. Chill droplets streaking down the sides of my face.
You were close to them.
They were my best friends. Of course I was. Why the hell am I telling him any of this?
You can tell me, Nick. I know how you feel.
You saw your dad kill himself. Well, I killed my best friends.
What happened?
I wanted to go out with Bree, so I asked her to this graduation party, And Tyler, he wanted to be my wingman, so he came along for the car ride instead of meeting me there.
Wingman?
Yeah, a friend who helped you get a date.
Oh, yeah, I see.
We went to pick her up in my car, and we were just messing around, joking and stuff. Then, out of nowhere, this deer just darts into the road. I wasn't looking. It was all my fault. I just swerved and flipped the car off the side and down the embankment. It was steep. Where we crashed, nobody could see us from the road.
You were there for a long time?
I didn't say anything to that, instead looking off to my right. That was when I saw it. A bright splotch of red in the white snow. Felix, do you see that? I pointed it out to him and he furrowed his brow in thought.
From the deer, perhaps.
There's no way. This is too far away. I walked towards the mark, my heart hammering in my chest. Please don't be anything. Please, just please. Come on. The snow had splotches all across it. I turned on my phone's flashlight to get a better view of the twilight. Prints, like there were by the deer. Felix stepped next to me, taking a protective stance as he surveyed the marks in front of us and glanced up at the sky.
The bear. Are those fresh marks?
I looked at them more closely. Some were half filled with snow, and the blood had frozen and crystallized. I could have pulled an entire frozen chunk out of the ground if I had wanted to. I think they're from last night, which means this blood is there too.
At least this means we're safe for now. Wait, is that another one?
I looked over to where he was pointing. He was right. There was another bloody mark there, and the prints were prowling right towards it. This must have been where Grayson's dad was attacked. At least, I hope it was.
I'm not sure, Nick. There was also a third one. and the prince. They are moving towards the cabins. Not off into the woods.
Now we reached the second mark, and we could see a third one along with the roof of another cabin in the snowdrift. He's right. Whatever caused these prints is walking towards that cabin away from the woods. Felix knelt down next to the closest mark. He picked up something and showed it to me. A shattered piece of bone covered in bite marks.
The more I look at this, I think those prints. Nick, does it look like a bear to you?
I wouldn't exactly call myself a bear expert.
He sighed and turned his back towards the cabin. Well, never mind. I suspect we may find more of an answer there.
He gestured towards the building and I felt a shiver run down my spine. The prints and the bloody marks. It's all going that way.
We could just go back, you know.
Oh, we could just go back, you know. Sorry, I was reading wrong lines.
Oh no. I don't think there's any going back now. Besides, I have to check on my guests. If something has happened, well, I would have to be the one to report it, wouldn't I?
He didn't wait for my answer, just stood up and walked around the snowdrift that was blocking the cabin's view. Crap, I couldn't just leave him. Oh! I walked up to the cabin to look around. There was an SUV covered in an amount of snow parked in front of the building, and when I got there, Felix was surveying the door from about 5 feet back. Let's see. Let's look at the snow. The clean prints we had just followed here led up to the cabin, but coming out? Oh no. Oh no. The prints were thick with blood. They were so deeply saturated that there were entire frozen pools in their wake, huge driplets scattered in the snow between each gory step. Let's look at the SUV. The car must have been parked here ever since the beginning of the storm. The SUV had a vanity plate that read, her Hunter Ma. Sounded like surrounded by the frame with little deer printed on it all over. What's that supposed to mean? Hunter Mom? Kind of tacky. Go to the cabin door. The door was hanging open, hinges creaking softly with every gust of wind. Felix was eyeing it, looking concerned. You don't have to. He pushed the door hard enough to send it flying open. The already battered top hinge gave way and the door moaned as it thudded into the lopsided halt against the wall. Ugh. I gagged at the deeply unpleasant metallic tang that filled my nose and mouth. I know this smell. It's the smell of blood. It had been at least 6 hours since the crash, and the sun started to rise. Tyler and Bree lay on either side of me, and each minute of growing daylight was a new torture. Help! Please! I wasn't shouting anymore, just whispering the words every time I thought I heard someone drive by above me on the road. I tried to climb up the embankment a few hours ago, but I couldn't stand on my leg and could feel the bone grinding whenever I tried. It was swollen hugely now and pulsed unpleasantly every time I took a breath, conjunted by my jeans. If I'm here much longer, I think there's a utility knife in my glove box if I can get to that. I would have to climb over Bree to get it. She lay lying motionless against the overturned car, her body half crushed under the hood. They had both gone rigid, and I could smell something more foul starting to waft over their bodies.
My gosh!
What? Am I hearing things? Turned my head towards the road and saw a man standing there with a bike.
Hang on, I'll get help.
Sure, help. I'll just stay down here for what? Another hour? For the rest of my life? My hands were brown and crusted with dried gore. I stared down at them and said nothing. Felix pulled out a handkerchief and pressed it against his nose and mouth, as to not breathe the rancid air. We'll just go in, bro. Felix stepped inside and I followed close behind him.
Wow, this place does not.
Look at his face, bro. He's like, yo, this place a mess.
Is that a body? It was hard to tell. It had been so mangled. Huge hunks of flesh were scattered across the floor. I'm glad Garrett Grayson isn't here to see this. But she's alone, and now there's more than one body.
I don't know who did this. Nobody was renting this cabin out.
Alarmed, he swiftly walked over to take a closer look.
I don't know. Let's look at the body. I followed Felix over to the corpse.
All right, well, let's look at his body, I guess.
No, let's look at his hands.
The hands were most intact thing about the body. A shotgun lay next to the corpse, one of the rigid fingers wrapped around the trigger. Her nails are painted and they look perfect, no chips. That's kind of weird. Shouldn't there have been more of a struggle? I would have thought that it would mess up the polish. Ugh.
Bright yellow nail polish. I don't know. Whoever this was certainly didn't have any taste.
What? That's kind of needlessly judgmental, bro.
I don't know. It probably looked pretty good when there was
I don't know, a whole unbutchered person to go with the hands.
When there was what? A plaid shirt to go with it?
Yeah, because the most important thing to look at here. Because he looked at me sharply and smiled.
I'm doing it again, aren't I? Whoever this was, they were squatting, and now they're also dead in my very ruined cabin. I know I should be more compassionate, but this place is my life.
Look, all I'm saying is that there's a gun right there, a person has been ripped apart, and you're going on about their nail polish.
Well, I don't think the cause of death was a gunshot wound, do you?
Give me a wide, sweeping gesture that incapacitated the bloody ruin of the corpse. Yeah, I get it. I love your cabins, and one of them is all messed up. It doesn't change the fact that a gun could have been helpful. I reached down and picked up the weapon, and the mostly severed arm came with it. The final tendons detached with a snap, and sucking, squenchling noise accompanied its rise. The finger was still wrapped around the trigger. This is like Bree. No, I have to keep it together. There are other people counting on me now. Felix, can you pull that off? I stared up at the ceiling, trying not to think about the swinging arm on the trigger. There was a snap, and I looked down. Felix had peeled the finger back and was so rigid it had cracked when he pulled the finger off. He threw the arm back on the floor in distaste.
You're welcome. Is the weapon in any of use?
I don't know. It's a gun. Maybe it can protect us from a crazed murderer or a bear or whatever the hell is going on.
So, is it loaded?
Good point. I checked. It It was a double barrel, and there was one single shell loaded in the chamber. Only one was fired?
Feel any safer?
Is he mocking me? Yeah, a little. I mean, I can at least try to kill whatever did this before it messes me up and finish me off, you know?
I wouldn't worry about that. You have me.
What the heck is that supposed to mean? Is he planning on judging the bear to death? Alright, well, I'll just keep this as a backup plan. I looked back down on the corpse and could see that there was something in the front pocket of the shirt. The fabric had glued itself to the exposed muscles on the rib cage. Averting my gaze, I reached into the pocket. It was sticky and with cold blood, but I did find a hard metal canister and pulled it out. A second shell. Suddenly, I hear a voice call out from somewhere outside the cabin, along with crunching of footsteps.
Nick! You here? Nick! Wait, this car is... And is that blood?
I turned towards the door and holding a shotgun closely to one hand, my bloody fingers clutching the extra shell in the other. Grayson stood in the doorway, a shadowy outline of the glowing dust. Why is she wearing those shorts in this winter? Anyway, that's just my... I don't know, bro.
Yeah, the gang's all here. I don't know why that came to my head.
Grayson, you're here. Wait, that is my voice, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Ah, crap. I didn't mean to click that. I was fixing something. No, I'm nuts. Anyway, she didn't say anything, just stared. Her eyes went from me to Felix, who stood up and straightened out his vest, and down to the mangled, faceless corpse.
The car? No. She shouldn't have been nowhere near here. She's in the city. She ain't never come back up since...
She walked over, and each slow step taking an eternity. She froze when she saw the painted nails and started to shake uncontrollably.
Bruh, it's her mom. No. Garrison, her whole family's been killed.
This is my mom.
She said it with a detached belief. Then she looked at the shotgun in my hand.
That's her gun. I know it. That's hers.
Maybe it's not, Garrison. You said your mom was in the city, right? Maybe it's not.
Does it got a little rose on the stock?
Yeah, it does. She looked like she was about to burst into tears, and then a look of deep rage bubbled up on her face.
And what was your doing, Felix? I saw you around last night when... Why didn't you do nothing?
Why didn't you do nothing? I don't know. That's her English. I was like, what? Felix eyed her and sniffled distastefully. I should ask you the same thing. I saw nothing on my walk last night, and last I checked, they were your parents. What were you even doing outside? Garrison, you were out last night too?
That ain't nobody's business.
Well, what an absolutely forthright and ignorant statement, especially since I happen to know that Nick wasn't the only one who had a fight with his parents last night.
What is he talking about?
Well, you see, when I went to check on things at the caretaker's house, there was a bit of an argument going on inside. I heard our dear Garrison here say something about how there ain't nothing to do here, and she fully grown at 18, and how she wished he'd just drop dead so she could go and move into the city.
I don't know why I turned southern there all of a sudden. Garrison probably... I could see her as southern, but anyway.
I knew she had a southern accent. I mean, she had a... Anyway.
The way he mimicked her accent made me wince. Garrison was shaking with fist clenched. Is that true?
That don't mean I went and killed him. How'd you think I feel knowing the last thing I'd ever say to him was that rotten?
What did you do when you were out?
Just walking around, you know? I was real pissed, so I kinda kicked some snow and rocks, stuff like that. I ran into Felix and he was being right rotten like he is now. Asking about how my mom is when he knows she left.
She started shaking uncontrollably again when she mentioned her mom. She must be trying not to think about what's on the floor behind us.
Then I sat down to think on one of them old cabin porches and I must have fallen asleep. I get this sleepwalking thing. It's real bad sometimes. Next morning, I wake up at home.
And you didn't think to question your father's absence?
He goes into town all the time. I figured he must have gone before the storm last night.
While his daughter was missing?
Maybe. He didn't know. I snuck out real good. He could have just left thinking he'd let me cool down. I need a car. If he hadn't anywhere, wouldn't have been too big of a deal to leave.
A likely story.
Nick,
Oh, Nick, you believe me, right?
to be honest, I don't know what to say. I mean, like, I don't, yeah, you know what, I believe Garrison, I do. Unless she's the murderer, which would be rather interesting, but nevertheless, you know what, I do believe Garrison. I believe her, you know what I mean? Yeah, I believe you. Something weird is going on here, but I think she's told me everything she knows. Felix, Garrison just told us what she did that night. What did you do?
Me? I already told you what I did.
I think you owe us a little more detail than I walked around and looked at stuff.
That was insolent. Garrison must be rubbing off on you.
And so what did you do last night?
Yeah. What the hell have you been up to, Felix? I saw you slinking around, huh?
Very well. I went to look around the property, as I do quite often.
He stood rigidly, his voice clipped and sour, as if this entire thing was a massive waste of his time.
I first went to Mr. Nash to see if there's anything that need to be attended to. I thought better of it when I heard his hysterical daughter railing on about wanting to murder him because she couldn't go on a trip.
That's not what...
Do you want to know what else I was up to or not?
Garrison mumbled something under her breath, but didn't continue to argue.
Then I decided to check on the patrons staying here. But before I visited any of them, I ran into Garrison again, and this time sitting in front of a vacant cabin, pouting.
Actually,
it was this cabin, come to think of it.
What? Garrison was at this cabin last night?
you're right. I guess it was this one. Well, I must have left it before anything happened. There wasn't no car here.
Well, I can't speak to anything that happened after I left, but Miss Nash is correct. There was no car here when I came across her. I continued my rounds, or rather intended to, but ended up waylaid on my first visit. A gentleman staying down the road by the name of Mr. Booker invited me in to talk, which was when the storm hit. Snowstorm. He was complaining about the bears getting into his garbage. I got stuck there for a duration of the storm. Once it cleared up, I headed inside instead of
Okay.
instead of heading home right away. I decided to make one more stop. That was with a new guest here, and I wish to welcome them. That would be you, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, you did come to see me.
Oh, and one more thing. I ran into Mr. Nash while he was out looking for his daughter.
Okay. Why didn't he say anything earlier?
You ran into my daddy? Then it was you. You killed him.
Oh, please. If I had, why would I be telling you about this now? No, he was looking for you, and I told him where to find you. Here at this cabin. He also mentioned something about his wife. I believe he had made a call to her about your disappearance before the lines went down.
You didn't go with him?
Why would I? I want no part of family drama, particularly if it isn't my own. Don't you find it suspicious? Both of them go to where Miss Nash was that night and turned up dead in the morning. I know I do.
Aye, that's only because you're telling lies. Your word ain't nothing. And that's why we've got to go on right now.
We have to take you at your word as well? Why should I believe that you left here before this massacre happened?
He twisted his lips in a grimace and gestured to a gore-strewn scene floor.
Perhaps you did leave before your mother came back, at least at first. Somebody had to hang that body up. But I know for a certain you must have returned. There is a dead woman here to prove it.
How'd you know about my daddy's hanging? See, Nick? He must have killed him.
I told him. He was helping me while you were, indisposed.
Damn it, Nick. Why did you go graveling off with this snake? He's always been a real mean to me. And I don't know why I didn't think of it right when I saw my daddy. He killed him. I know it. I just know it.
What about the other guest? Mr. Booker, you said? Felix, is there anyone else up here? Felix shrugged and, well, seemed to dismiss the idea.
Nobody is as suspicious as Miss Nash. Miss Lee is here with her 3-year-old son, so I find it hard to believe she'd decide to go on a late-night murder spree. Mr. Book is younger and staying here alone, and he's, well, not in the best of shape, to put it mildly. Honestly, I thought he was a dead man when you first told me about... Oh, honestly, I thought he was the dead man when you first told me you found a corpse. Finally, there is Mr. and Mrs. Lloyd, a retired couple who drive in from town to go on walks. They became trapped up here because of the storm. I found it a bit ludicrous to suggest some retirees... Oh, I find it a bit ludicrous to find some retirees slaughtered a woman with a shotgun and hung a corpse from a tree, don't you?
You think one of them could have done it earlier tonight?
Out of an absence of caution, Nick. Out of absence of caution, Nick. That was also before we found Mrs. Nash butchered in the cabin her daughter was sitting in front of earlier that night.
Somebody's definitely responsible for this. And there's so many possible things that don't add up.
What? I don't want to accuse anybody. That's just stupid. I find that idiotic.
All right, I want to save this one, and I'm going to put it here.
Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. We've been going on for like an hour and 44 minutes. I have no idea when this episode will end, but...
I find it rather intriguing. Look, I don't want to accuse anybody yet. Okay, I don't accuse of people stuff just yet, unless I know a lot more facts. Why isn't there like a third option where I could say I can't accuse anyone or don't accuse anyone? You know what I mean? Because there is no plausible factor to all of this. You know what I mean?
I want to believe Garrison. She's cool, you know? She's hype.
She was a fun girl till all of this happened today.
I don't know. To be fair, I will say I am more... Felix is a lot more suspicious than Garrison right now. But I don't like to accuse people because it's not right to do so unless you know more facts. And since we don't really have enough facts to go on, Felix is a logical choice because he's actually offered less information than Garrison has. Here's the thing, too, ladies and gentlemen. It would take forever to clean yourself up after a mess like this. You know what I mean? I mean, true, she's wearing shorts, but... yeah, if you had, like, killed somebody, there'd be a lot more blood on just the bottom parts of your jeans. There'd be blood over here, blood on your face, probably blood in the hairband. Ooh, I should have paid more attention to that hairband, see if I could find any blood spectacles, but... and him, well, actually, it'd be kind of easy for him to get rid of blood. You know why? Because he's probably got more of these types of suits. You know what I mean? And he probably keeps himself well maintained easily. He knows how to do it fast. You know what I mean? So therefore, Felix is a more logical choice than Garrison is. In my book, anyway. I mean, true, she is wearing a hoodie jacket. And it could be covering up evidence. Well, that's still, I don't know. Well, I'm not the brightest tool in the tool shed, so I'm going to accuse Felix because I just... gut instinct is telling me that Felix is way more suspicious than Garrison at the moment. I'm pretty sure the more we continue on with this story, the more we'll find some facts to hopefully prove them both, because I don't feel happy with accusing either one, you know what I mean? I wouldn't accuse either, but, you know, the game only lets you choose two options, so let's go with Felix. Did I press the right one? I said accuse Felix, right? And why am I saying Garrison just admitted you did this, right? What? Hold on a minute. That's not what I pressed. Is it? Unless... maybe... I think I know what Nick's doing. Let's continue. What? No. I think Felix had something to do with this. Don't I? Yes. What? No, Nick, I never. My mom was lying dead on the floor, and you're telling me I knew it when I was walking in on the woods with you? No, Garrison, I believe you. Or do I? Felix didn't do this. I didn't know. He's my friend. I believe him. I believe... What? I accused Felix, not her. Did I press the wrong one? Did I? You see, now I've confused myself. Did I accuse the right person? Hold on. Hold on. Just one. Okay. Yeah. Accuse Garrison or accuse Felix. Why is he going with these lines again? Also, these lines are gray, so it must have been like when we just passed these. No, Garrison, I believe you. No, Garrison did this. I think so. Alright, you were at this cabin, and you were mad at your parents. You told me yourself. Your dad didn't understand you. You told me that, and then one dead. Nick, it was just mad talk. I never want to kill my daddy. Never.
She's dangerous, Nick. Maybe we should just shoot her now.
I clutched the gun in my hands more tightly, but didn't raise it. I don't think we need to do that, Felix.
Nah, I didn't kill nobody. He did. Nick, he's gonna get you next. And I'm gonna help you.
She rushed at me and grabbed the shotgun in my hands.
No, she's gonna kill Felix. Nick, she wants to kill me. See, she's a cold-blooded murderer. Shoot her.
Garrison rushed over and grabbed the gun.
Nick, you shot.
Why? What? Wait a minute. Hold on. No, hold the phone. Hold the phone. cheese and crackers. That was not supposed to happen. I don't know. Betty's spaceship's gone down.
We've got a situation here, ladies and gentlemen. My rocket ship fell to the ground. I couldn't believe. Oh no!
Wow. That really hasn't gone well. Really not gone well. We have a ship down. Mayday. Mayday. Well, I guess that's gonna have to get repaired now, that's for sure. Dadgummit. I only stood up because I was enraged at what happened. I got Garrison killed! Why? I didn't think it was her at all. And then the gun went off. That, you know how incredibly unhappy I am about that? Incredibly unhappy. And I broke my spaceship in the process, and now there's pieces all over the floor. Oh, no. Well, dadgummit. Too invested in the story. I didn't want Garrison to die. She was cool, and now she's dead because I shot her. And Nick was not going in the pattern that I thought he was going in. You know what I mean? I thought he was gonna like trick Felix into like revealing something by blaming Garrison. So like, okay, so I'll follow it along. Next thing I know, we shot Garrison. Dadgummit! I didn't want to shoot Garrison. She was cool. Why? I wouldn't blame her at all. Look, I have a soft side for ladies, okay? Unless it's a very rude lady. But Garrison wasn't a rude lady. She was fun. She wore shorts in winter. Anyway. She dead. She's dying. I don't want to read this anymore. I'm reading this in my head, being all upset. What? Wait, what? Hold on a second. Is this weird? Hang on. I don't know. What? What? Ben, maybe one day I'll let... What? Fuck, I don't know, man. I think, is this a lot weirder than I thought it was? Is he a vampire and he just got me to shoot Garrison? No! No! Oh, Felix is gonna get it now. I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. You made me kill Garrison. Oh, we gotta have some words now, boy. No, if I just push. I took a stumbling step from Felix. Defiant until the end I see. Oh, wrong one. Defiant to the end I see. Well, you leave me no choice. Come. He grabbed me by the front of my jacket and pulled me outside. I let my feet hang limp, and they were smeared on the trail of Garrison's blood across where they already destroyed the cabin. What the deuce? That's not a vampire I'm used to seeing. What is this, a werewolf mixture? Bruh. He stared down at me, his skin shifting from porcelain pale to a gray-blue, long-dead corpse's red glow from his eyes ate deep into my mind. Give in, Nick. You're already mine. Don't make me hurt you. I stood there, staring blankly back at him. When he reached out to touch my face, I pulled my head back to avoid him. The muscles in my neck creaked as they fought to remain in place.
You brought this upon yourself. Now come.
What the heck is going on? I followed him, falling into the snow and tripping over my own feet as I tried to resist the need to stay by his side. Where are we? No. My cabin?
Can I come in, Nick?
No.
Yes.
No, yes. Felix walked me back into the cabin where he sat me down on the couch. He bit into my neck on the opposite side and drank more blood. I found myself leaning into him, his eyes littled and breathing. I swallow? No. I can't stop him. I have to try to fight. I jerk away and woodenly fell to the floor.
Oof.
I can hardly move unless he wants me to.
Sit back up. There's about to be a show just for you. Unless you want to give in now. Save us a lot of this needless suffering and unpleasantness.
I sat rigidly on the floor. Willingly, my joints would stay frozen. He sniffled indignantly and yanked me up and propped me crookedly on the side of the couch. So is he a vampire or is this some other creature that I don't know about? I heard a sound of tires in the snow. Mom! No!
One more chance, Nick. Either way, I'll bring you to heel.
How? How can I give in to what he wants? I need to save her!
Felix stood and walked over to the front of the door. He casually leaned up against the door frame and shook his head regretfully. Oh, did I say that in his voice? I don't remember.
Seems like you need a better reason to give up, Nick. Let me give you one. Tell me, what happened at the accident with the arm?
The door opened.
I'm back. Oh, I'm back. That snowstorm really. Ah!
Felix grabbed my mother's right arm and vice gripped her like she cried out, struggling to break free.
Nico, what's going on?
Tell me, Nick, what happened to the arm?
I don't tell him. If I tell him, when I tried to pull Bree over, it came off.
Oh, that's too bad. Like this?
Oh, great, you ripped my mother's arm off, didn't you, you jerk? There was a ripping and popping sound from Felix. Oh, and Felix lazily detached my mom's arm from her body. She screamed and would have fallen to the floor if Felix hadn't grabbed the back of her jacket and propped her up.
Show me how you held it.
He threw her arm over and I caught it, cradling it in my arms, pressing my face against its bloody stump. It was warm and I could feel the muscles and nerves still twitching under the skin, confused at their sudden disconnection from their owner. Tears started streaming down my cheeks, but I couldn't speak except to answer Felix's questions. I tried to look anywhere but at my mother, but my head wouldn't move. This can't be real. I have to get away. I have to.
And Tyler? Where was he hurt, Nick?
No. Oh, no, don't do that. No. I reached up and pointed to my head. My mother started whimpering. Her eyes were blank with shock from the loss of her arm.
Like this?
Dadgummit. He grabbed her head and smashed it to the corner of the brick fireplace, sending her crippling to the ground, twitching. The side of her skull was folded in on itself, the deep crease pooling with blood and the point of impact.
Show me what you did then, Nick. Your mercy kill.
I stood up and took my jacket off. I walked over to her crippling, grasping form. A line of drool slid from her lips. I can't do this anymore. I need to run. I can't do this again.
You can always run, Nick. Don't you see it? You've given a way out. You don't have to feel this way.
In the back of my mind, I felt numbness radiating at the source of Felix's influence. If I could just go there, if I could just stay there. I wrapped my jacket around her head and pressed down. She stopped moving, but I no longer cared. It's safe there, here. I can't feel them anymore. I don't have to do anything but... That's good, Nick. God, that's good. Come with me and you'll stay safe. But if you leave... For a flash, everything weighed down on me at once, and I screamed. Tyler, Bree, Garrison, my mom! I felt them all die by my hands at once. The mishappened lump of my mother's head twitched one last time. No. No! Let me go back. I need to go back.
You didn't say the magic word.
Please. Please, I'll do anything. Just let me go back. I can't do this. I tried to shove myself into that dark place that I'd been in only moments before, but it was gone. Felix spread his arms out wide.
Come here. Come here. Come to me, and I'll let you go back there.
Shaking and dizzy, I stumbled towards him. I clutched desperately at his vest, and he set his bloody hand gently on the top of my head, stroking my hair. This is weird. Anyway,
look at me.
I looked up and gazed deeply into his glowing eyes. I felt that cavern of numbness open back up inside of me.
See? Look. It's right here.
I whimpered and curled back into the friendly empathy that Felix offered.
How come I don't get the choice to, like, offer
Anything.
or, like, choose anything?
I'll do anything. Anything for... But the thought had disappeared. There was no more need to wonder about anything at Felix. Oh, at all. Felix would do it for me. All I had to do was listen.
Man! The bad end? What?
There was a bad ending.
Well, crap. Well, how do you get the good ending? Well, now I need to play it again. Hold on a second.
Maybe the deciding point is here.
Huh. That is a very good question. How do you get the good ending?
Well, let's start off by blaming Garrison. Okay?
What? No, Nick, I never.
Hold on. Mom's lying down on the floor. You tell me you knew it when there's something in the woods with you.
Let's see. We already read through that. Is it going to change?
What?
Hold on a minute, bruh. Hold on. So the turning point must actually be way farther back. Oops.
That's not what I thought it'd do.
Whoops. I am interested in getting the better ending where me and Garrison live, but I have no idea how that would start. Perhaps... Oh. I have an idea.
Okay, so, number one, I want to say off the bat, I don't like my mind being played with, okay? I don't like it when I don't have control over a character or anything like that. That's why I didn't like the ending that I got. However, I have a new plan. We're going to say, clearly, you can suck it, Felix. You know, we're going to be rude to him every single time. And we're not going to give him any niceness, okay? No niceness for Mr. Felix here. So every option I'm going to get, I'm going to try to do kind of what the opposite of what I did last time to see if I can stick to Garrison as long as possible. Rather than leaving her alone, like with the body, I'm thinking like maybe I should actually like, you know, excuse me. You know what I mean? I'm going to like, I'm going to say sod you. Okay? Like this guy can suck it. What's with this guy? Sure, he says his dad owns the cabins. Why the heck is he so freaking late? It's fully dark. Maybe we even get new dialogue lines. Yeah, we're gonna redo this entire story, but starting from this point, we're gonna tell him to suck it. Unless this is a new video, which honestly I'm thinking it is now because the other part was incredibly long. So this is the second part. I hope we're gonna find out what it's like if we can say "suck it" to Mr. Douche over here, vampire werewolf looking thing. Anyway. It was fully dark now, and the wind had died down around the cabin. A gentle sprinkle of snow replaced the flurry of each fallen that was falling before. A pretty heavy storm rolling over the mountain road in the distance. Clouds are so thick by the road over here. Snowing crazy in the past. There's no way she's getting back tonight.
So, is everything to your liking?
Crap, I was staring off. Oh, sorry. Yeah, everything is fine.
Is there anything you need to make you stay more comfortable?
Actually, yeah, the phone went out earlier.
Yeah, so want to take a look?
Okay, we're gonna speed run through some of this part. Oh. It's the line outside. Yes, eat the cold. Yeah, I think it's the line outside.
You know how to fix something like that?
A pinched look flickered across his face. Does he look disappointed? Did he want to come in and hang out or something? He shrugged and smiled again.
No harm in looking, I suppose. I'll probably need to call a technician.
He turned to make his way over to the panel on the side of the cabin and pushed through the calf-high snow that left in its wake. I should probably check it out with him. He's dressed in pants and just taking a look for me. I zipped up my jacket and followed him to the utility panel. He was examining the wiring when I caught up, and he looked pensive, brow furrowed.
Did you hear anything strange when the phone cut out?
Nah, the phone just went dead.
It's pretty loud outside, though. Why? He's not gonna do anything weird now because we're on to him.
Oh. They were gorges that looked like claw marks across the side of the cabin. Severed wires was hanging around between the scratches. Well, I guess that's why it isn't working.
Felix turned around and grinned.
With dead in his eyes. It was filled with detached wires and between his fingers.
Well, I think I found your problem. Good thing you missed the power box, or you'd be in the dark too. I think I really need to catch that bear.
I think we've really goofed in this part of the episode. What? A bear? Aren't they dangerous? He put his hand on my shoulder and a serene smile on his face. This isn't gonna get weird, is it?
He wished he'd stop looking. I wish he'd stop looking at me like that.
He leaned in, and his face is so close to my that exhaled breath from his. He leaned in, his face so close that my exceeded breath made his hair sway.
It's only a little joke. My father is a good hunter. He'll take care of it.
Okay.
Well, you'd better get back inside. I hate for you to get eaten. I hear there's some beasts don't care if you're dead before they consume you.
I snorted. There is something really funny the way you said that.
And this is a way better.
I don't know. To be honest, I feel like this was actually more. I don't know, man.
Laying on the ground,
guts hanging out, knowing I'll die while some eats my insides. I guess I deserve that.
Cold was making my right leg ache, and I rubbed it absently.
I guess there are worse things than being dead.
Like having someone die in front of you?
I wasn't smiling anymore. Our eyes locked for a moment before I looked away. He was so near to me that I couldn't see anything besides his ice blue eyes. Why do I feel like he knows what I'm thinking? I don't really want to die, but I don't know. Would it be...
Bruh, he's already taking over my mind. What? I tried to shoo him away, and he's doing magic.
Oh, no, I suppose you wouldn't admit to something like that. Have a good night, Nick. See you around.
The guy's freaking weird. Felix walked past me as he spoke, his breath as cool as the air around me. He walked by so closely that his arm brushed up against mine. I hurled back inside, not bothering to watch him head back into the main road. Oh, no. Well. Oh. It's pretty late now. Maybe I should just watch TV on the outside. Hey, I haven't had like a... Am I gonna have a nightmare or is it gonna be different? Yeah, maybe this might be... I don't know. We might speed... I'll speed... I'll cut till we get to somewhere new. I think I ran into a weird glitch. It's all red right here. I think it's supposed to be a lovely house scene. Bruh. Open the door to leave and nearly walk right into Felix, who's standing out just outside. Why is it all red? I think I might have broken it, but either way. Hey, you... all right, buddy. All right. You know what? We're not going to accept your stupid gift basket. You know why we're not going to accept your stupid gift basket? Because you're not nice. You're stupid. All right, a couple of these here forever. No, you know what? No, sorry, my mom should be back by then. I don't think, well, I mean, maybe tomorrow night. Who knows? That'll give me time to ask. Also give me time to think of a better excuse.
Are you a child? Do you need to ask your mother for permission to breathe too?
Wow, okay, rude.
No. What? No. But it's kind of messed up not letting her know first. I mean, she is the one running the cabin, and not me, so, I mean... He thrust the basket he was holding in my arms and waved his hand dismissively. Very well, I will come back tonight to ask from your mother and provide the road is clear when she returns, unless you don't want me to.
He totally knows I'm trying to turn him down. He seems pretty irritated.
Look,
I'm not. Oh, look, I'm not looking for any friends right now.
I see. Well, maybe you'll change your mind. See you tonight.
He turned and left, leaving me holding the basket. Why do I still have the basket? Just great. I'm gonna have to deal with him again tonight. Unwrapped the contents of the blanket and found a whole bunch of crap. Weird gifts. I guess it's really nice. His own strange way. Okay. Here's what I think the turning point of this game may be. I let her go once. But I'm gonna ask her to stay real quick. I gotta save. I'm gonna save here, and then we're gonna ask her to stay just in case. You shouldn't be alone right now. Get back to my cabin. We can wait for my mom and then go get the police. What the hell do you know about what I should be doing? She was close to hysterical. Not that I could blame her. Her father's dead eyes were staring blankly towards us. I shuddered. Just trust me. You think being alone is what you want, but it isn't. My voice cracked. Please, just listen to me. Don't make me say it.
I know what I want, Nick. I know. You don't know nothing about it.
She clutched her chest, and I knew exactly how her heart was breaking into pieces. We're the same now. It's the same thing that I've been feeling this before. Yeah, I'm gonna tell her about the accident this time. This past summer, I watched my best friends die. I whispered the words so softly that they were almost lost in the breeze. Garrison still heard them, though, and she went quiet with her eyes wide. It was a car accident. It wasn't, looked up and she stepped back in at the expression on my face. The way they looked, it was wrong. Her arm was, his head was, what I'm trying to say is that after it happened, I thought I wanted to be alone. But every time I am, it's worse. Garrison, it's much worse. You don't want to be alone. Not really.
She reached out to me and grabbed my hands. Her touch was so warm and alive. Her tears flying down her cheek again. Yes, we're getting onto her side. We're gonna shoot Felix in the stomach and beam his head in with the end of the shotgun. Oh, I call first dibs on shooting this guy. Like, let me tell you, I didn't trust him from the beginning, but for some reason the game made it so I was under his spell for some reason. But nevertheless. I don't know if you make me feel better if you come with you. I don't know if it'll make me feel... she's saying it, okay.
I don't know if it'll make me feel better if you come with me, Nick. But I don't think it'll make me feel worse. And if I go off alone, then you're gonna be all alone too, huh?
No, that's not what I meant.
That's what I've been seeing in your face, huh? All those times you were looking off when you were seeing your friends.
You don't have to worry about me.
I think worrying about you is about the only thing keeping me together right now.
She smiled and it was so full of sorrow that I burst into tears. Wait, what if they're both bad guys? That'd be kind of weird. Anyway, why am I crying? It's her dad that's dead. I've had 4 months to get over my crap. This is so embarrassing.
Come on, let's get you back to your cabin. I'm sure I've got lots more crying to do myself once we get there.
You buddy, we got her in our cabin, boys. Okay, anyway, we walked back in silence. Occasionally, one of us would take a shuddering breath, and we would lean into one another, and she broke down once or twice, and each time I stood there and let her sob into my shoulder. I better make sure that we avoid that deer. Neither of us need to see any more corpses right now. Yeah, boy, we're in the house, boys. Okay. When we got back to the cabin, the lights were still on. I had left the TV in the bedroom on, and it was still playing the talk show rerun. I'm glad I forgot to turn everything off. I don't know if I could handle it being quiet in here.
I'm gonna lay down for a bit. I'd sleep rather bad last night, and now, well, is it alright if I use one of the beds?
Yeah, sure. Can I leave the bedroom door open? She nodded. So long as
there's a TV on, I think it'll help.
Yes, I think so too. She went wearily over to the unmade bed, and she had slept in the night before and curled up in a ball, her head buried in the pillow. Now, remember when I said on the other episode of this that you can't, like when I was trying to figure out that one scene about inviting her over to my place and how every situation has different reactions of events you have in your past and whether or not how you feel as well. I'm not going to really count the other ending as an official statement of how I would actually be because it's always impossible to actually tell how you'd be in those situations. I guess for me, I don't know. There's instinctive reaction than like first time reaction. And I guess I was more of on a first time reaction than I was an instinct, but I don't know. Hey, anyway. Pulled out my phone and saw the video app was still open. I closed it and pulled up a cheery looking bubble matching game. Perfect. I could just zone out and try not to think. Hours passed that way, and I managed to color bubbles in the living room and looked over at Garrison every now and then. She'd fallen asleep in a way that only a person consumed by grief could. It was a sleep that was both restless and deep, like being drowned in the bottom of the Black Sea. What a way to put it. The sun was setting now, and there was no sign of my mom. The road had been still had been closed, like the news had forecasted earlier. Great, it's Felix. We gotta kill him. We gotta jump. All right. You see that little shovel over there by the fireplace? We gotta get that. We gotta smack his head until he dies soon. Hopefully we don't see him again. Anyway, so I jumped at the sound and looked at Grayson. She was still asleep. I went over and closed the bedroom door so I wouldn't wake her. I forgot. Felix said he was coming tonight. Maybe he can help. No. Saw that guy. Okay. We don't want any part of him. We're gonna chase him away because I hate this guy. I hate you. You made me shoot Garrison. You got now nerve coming back here about my, huh? Alright, he's got an old videotape for some reason. Did I see the... Oh,
Has your mother returned yet? I picked something up we all might enjoy watching. Oh, yeah. Now,
Oh man, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you. Working for it, we gotta call cops.
why? Because of a dead deer on the road?
See, I knew he was suspicious the whole time, and I couldn't do anything about it because for some reason the game
Had me under a spell of his. I don't even know if he's a vampire. It's rather weird. Anyway,
no, his murderer is dead.
I don't believe you.
stuff like that. Can we, like. Never mind about that. Do you have a working phone?
Apparently shrugging regretfully and it's tape.
No, I don't actually.
Wait, I have an idea. Maybe someone else has a satellite phone. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? No, we're not gonna show him the video. We're gonna be that guy to him because he sucks.
A vampire can only access your mind by being invited into your home,
And we're not gonna do that to him. Oh, no, sir, no, sir. We're not gonna show him the video.
You know, you really don't need to see it. I wish I hadn't made it. All you really need to know is somebody hung a man, and police can't deal with it. I'll show it to him.
He looks annoyed. Come on, man. You know you don't really want to see it. Man, I wish I had gone this way before. I feel like that would have been, I really wish that I had actually gone this way.
This is my father's property. I have the right to see what has happened on it. Show me the video, Nick.
No, eat my butt.
Maybe later. I really don't want to do it right now. It makes me feel sick just thinking about it, so...
Fine, have it your way then. So can I come in?
I relaxed. I really didn't want to relive that awful moment again.
If you really want to see if someone has a way of contacting the town, we should go. It's already getting dark. I prefer not to wake my guests.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see if Garrison wants to come. He looks surprised.
Miss Nash, Garrison is here? Does she know?
You know her? And know about what? The body? Yeah, she was there. It was her father.
Oh, so it was Mr. Nash. That's unfortunate, very, very unfortunate.
Well, I suppose you should go check on her then.
Oh, well, I suppose I should go check on her then.
So I went to go tell Garrison I was leaving, but she was so deeply asleep that I didn't want to wake her. She probably won't be able to sleep like that often anymore. Now with what happened, I better not bother her. She's still asleep. Might as well let her, since we might not even find a phone. Don't want to get her hopes up.
Very well, shall we?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave her a note.
Bruh, that's a smart decision.
Sure. Just give me a second to leave her a note, and we can go. I scribbled that quickly on a note and left it in the middle of the dining room table and went out the front door. Went with Felix to look for... Oi! I didn't click anything. I didn't get to read that. Oh, well, I'll probably just say, went with Felix to go look for a thingy. I don't know.
Are you going to stay here? Besides about it, it's terrible business, I don't know.
Well, it would have been... That time I had a new option. Keep talking or change the subject. Well, this time I changed the subject. I'm going to make sure that we don't focus on my friends' deaths. Nah, I don't want to think about that, do you? I'm sorry about your dad, okay? But you didn't make a choice that got your best friends killed.
I still think that is...
No, it isn't. It isn't the same. Just leave it alone, okay? Why do you even want to know about that? Felix pulled his arms tightly around his body.
Oh, I thought we might mourn together, the hurt. Oh, You want to stop it, don't you? I thought I could. Well, never mind, You know what's best, don't you?
Yeah, I guess I do. Yeah, and I knew not to trust you since the very beginning of this game, but for some reason, I wasn't allowed to do that. We didn't talk for a few minutes after that, and I looked at the ground, avoiding the piercing of his gaze. Interesting fact. I might have, skipped over that little bit of part where I last left off, but I'm trying to figure out if actually asking him if he has another or going into the cabin would actually dramatically change the story. One, we're trying to forget entirely about our past, right? So he doesn't corrupt our mind. Therefore, if we are used to the smell, that might not help us. Therefore, maybe we should ask him if he has another. What I'm gonna do is save, yeet, and then we're gonna ask him for if he has another. Do you have another one of those?
Ah, yes, I do. Here.
He produced a second cloth from his pocket and handed it to me. A rather smelly, old, and dusty, and black. Look at that. He kept it in the back of a wooden drawer and never used. Still, it's better than breathing in the unfiltered air. Anyway, let's see if that changed anything. Or rather, here comes Garrison, coming in to see what's up. Alright, so we should be at the very important parts of the story. Now remember, we've changed quite a lot of answers from the previous, doodah, the last playthrough of this, to see if we can actually change anything. So right now, we're gonna find out if all of our changes have dramatically changed the story. Which, if it had, then I was totally stupid the first time I went through this. Yes, it does. Okay, so we got the shotgun in hands. I made sure that we had that in first. And we made sure that this guy could not interrupt our mind. So let's hopefully make sure that our mind is good. So Felix's eyes become sniffled and distasteful. Okay, they're gonna argue for a bit. They're gonna be like, I saw you too. You argue with your parents? Yeah, well, oh. Hang on. New words.
Yeah, what? I went walking. Need to get out for the air, so I let it cool off.
Cool off from what? She looked incredibly sad and stared straight at me as if not to see the body on the floor.
I got real unmatched with my daddy. I just wanted to see my mom, in the city. And he was telling me he ain't never gonna let me go because he need me here. And I told him he should drop dead and I could go where I wanted, and I left. Nick, the last thing I told him was he should die. He tried to stop me too, and I was yelling. I was grounded and couldn't leave. I went to my room and left out the window before he noticed.
Ah, okay. And what did you do when you were out?
Just while
Okay, so she revealed new information just then about what she did, and yeah. I think we're on the right track, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the right track. We're gonna shoot Felix in many places. I want him to feel it. Okay? He's like, Daddy. That's right. He's accusing poor Garrison, and I knew it was him the whole time. Couldn't do anything about it because my mind apparently was corrupted. Although here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, if your mind was already corrupted, could it get more corrupted by someone else, or do you think your corruption would actually know that he was trying to corrupt you? Therefore trying to play a double mind game thing? That's a different question for another time. Yeah, Garrison is she telling the truth, bro. Yeah, I believe it. Something weird's going on here, but I think she told everything. Show me everything she knows. Felix, Garrison told us that she did what she did that night. What did you do? I fired around and, I told you what I did. I think you owe us a little more detail than I walked around and looked at stuff, huh? That was insolent. Garrison must be rubbing off on you. What if she is? What if I like it? Suck it. Okay, anyway. So what'd you do last night?
Yeah, well, you been up to you, Felix. I saw you slanging around.
Well, very well. I went to look around the property quite often, yes. I stood rigidly with his crypt sour. Everything a massive waste of time. Yeah. First while I see missing out. Tended to. Well, now this strikes a dog trying to murder him going on a trip. It's like, what do you want to know? Huh? What's up? He's like, breath when he couldn't continue. Oh, she couldn't continue. Decided to check in the patrons around here. He's like, It's like, actually, it was this cabin. Come to think of it. Yes, think it was.
What?
Yeah, Garrison was at the cabin last night. What?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I guess I did fall asleep here for some reason.
Because apparently sleeping here, I don't know why you would fall asleep at a cold cabin, but that's just me. Okay, it looks like they're repeating a lot of what they said last time, but look at his dog. Oh, is that new? Okay, why didn't you say anything? Never mind, that wasn't new.
Man, my dad, why you killed him?
He's like, no, I didn't. He's like, yeah, I did. Oh, please, why would I do that? It's like, well, I got plenty of reason. You ain't no real person. This cabin. Mention something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so we're coming up. Come on. How long is this?
So because you're telling lies, the whole world ain't going from. I think it was where did you live before they massacred? What happened?
Like, oh, please. He twisted his lips and grabbed his gestures. He's like, look at this. Look what you did. And she's like, I didn't do this. Like, you certainly must have returned, and there's a dead woman here to prove it.
Oh, you my butt. Oh, how'd you know that my dad was hanging, huh? You must have killed him.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't show him the video this time. Wait. Did I not read any of that? Wait, I didn't tell him crap. I didn't show him the video or anything. Well, actually, I did tell him that we did see a body, so we did do that, but... Oh, yeah, I did. Maybe I did slip that out, but either way. It slipped out one way or another. At least it wasn't through a video. It was through my own words, which means he had less of a reaction time on me to actually corrupt his mind. Accuse Felix! Felix, you did this, didn't you?
Excuse me? Did I hear that right? You think I did this?
Oh, yeah, this is totally different. We got him. Here, Garrison. Life in his face. We're gonna get it real good. We're gonna take the shotgun, shove it up his butt, fire the trigger. Then we're gonna take it again, shout it in his eyeballs. We're gonna take that shovel next to the fire, beam his head in, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I knew it.
I knew you'd believe me, Nick. I didn't kill nobody.
Yeah, right. I believe you. Whoa, look at his eyeballs.
You see them eyeballs? Anyway.
You're deluded. I am clearly innocent. You want to fornicate with this stupid girl or something. You don't say anything.
Whoa, bruh. Where the hell did that come from? Is he jealous? Never mind that. Jealous or not, I think he's the murderer. Yes, he did the murdering.
Nick, ain't like that. Just because you go around flirting with everyone don't mean he does.
Yeah, that's right.
You're telling me I ripped the face off this woman, I scratched up my own cabin, and ruined my own walls?
Yes.
She came here because she was trying to kill her own daughter. She wanted to put an end to this mangy creature that she spawned.
His eyes were going wide and fair like a cat. They were focused on Garrison and snapped to me when I spoke.
Felix?
How would you know why her mother came here? He sniffled and stood up straight, fixing his vest with a quick pat, and then he looked back down at me and was cold and composed.
I don't know for sure, but any parent with this miserable little hellspawn would want to put an end to their little unfortunate legacy.
You see it? You see? He don't like people. He don't care. He's talking about my mama when she round like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Your mama thought you were a mistake.
Ooh, I pointed the shotgun at Felix. Yeah, stay back. If we have to sit here all night like this, we will. But I gotta turn you in, man.
This is ridiculous. A phrase. Surely you see she's had something to do with this, Nick. Or are you truly that foolish?
I think you've been lying to me, Garrison. I'll watch this guy. You need to let everyone staying up here know what he's done.
Nick, I ain't leaving like that.
An inhuman hiss cut through the room.
Bruh. Yo!
That's come from Felix, bro. Seems to be growing taller. His eyes filling with a deep crimson, teeth elongated, skin shifted into a hue of a rotted corpse. What? Is he not human? Oh, this is a way better ending, bro.
If you won't see the reason, then you have to leave me no choice. I refuse to be made of a fool of Nick.
I stood there frozen as if he took a step towards me, his skin waxy and corpse-like, his eyes gleaming. I was still pointing the shotgun at him. Hey, Nick, shut up, man! Felix, I can't. He took a step towards me. He looked at me. His face contorted into a snarl.
Stupid of me to think you'd understand. I should have known better. Of course, an idiot human boy would sign with this backwoods bitch.
He raised his hand as if he was going to slap me real good. Terrible claws glinted at the tips of each of his inhuman fingers.
Nick, he gonna kill you. Shoot, man.
Pulled the trigger and the shotgun went off.
Wait. It's me. Yeah! I was thrown back by the force of the shot. Unable to hold my balance, I fell, landing on the butchered corpse of Garrison's mom. Sorry about that. Did I? I looked. I couldn't believe it. Felix's normally perfect vest was full of holes and half of his face. Nice. Pellets peppered his perfectly smooth skin as he laid by the ground, twitching. I blew half his face off. Garrison screamed. At first, I thought it was because of what I'd done, but then I realized he was getting back up. What? How? Still gurgling blood, Felix reached out and clasped his hands around my throat. His grip was so strong I couldn't breathe. He lifted me up off the ground and I dangled there choking. Yeah, get off of him! Garrison tried to pry his fingers free. Felix let me go with one. Let me go with one hand, but still holding a vice-like grip on my throat with the other. Oof! He struck her with barely a glance, sending her flying. She hit the wall and slid down the floor. Oh, bruh, no! You awful bitch! How dare you ruin this for me? You were supposed to be mine, Nick. All mine! He hissed his words. Droplets of blood and mist flesh flying from the holes I'd made in his cheek. He squeezed harder and black spots started to prickle the sides of my vision. Somewhere I heard Tyler and Bree screaming. The grip on my throat loosened and the dark hole cleared my eyes. Yeah, Garrison standing behind Felix, eyes wide and filled with rage. Die, you lying, murdering coward! Felix dropped to the floor and I fell with him. A deep black pool of ichor splurted from his impaled chest. She stabbed him with a broken leg of a chair and somehow managed to jam it entirely through his heart. Nick, He reached out and ran his fingers lightly down the side of my cheek before he fell limp and motionless on the floor. It's like, bruh, don't touch me. Only Garrison has permission to do that. We have a connection, okay, bruh? Okay.
Nick, are you okay? He ain't a human. Look at that.
Yeah, she helped me up. Yeah, I'm okay, but what is he? Felix started to disintegrate as we watched, both of us frozen in a strange, fascinated horror. Then it burst into flames, and the flames immediately started eating away at the cabin floor. I think we gotta get out of here. Oh, we're not gonna get a cool picture of the cabin on fire? We rushed out of the cabin, hand in hand, tripping over loose snow in our haste. Let's go to my cabin. We can wait for my mom, and that's our best chance of getting out of here.
Okay, let's go. I can't stand to be around this place no more.
Yeah, we ran inside. We ran through the snow, sliding and stumbling as the last traces of dusk gave way in the full night. I could see the faint glow of the moon rising, and it still lay hidden behind the mountainous skyline. I kept glancing behind my back as we neared the cabin. I feel like he's going to show up any minute now and finish me off. He can't be. There's no way. Is he really dead? We were at the door. All the lights had been turned off, so the cabin was in complete darkness.
Nick, we made it. Look, you can see the place burning and glowing in the sky over there. We got him. They killed my parents, but we got him.
Yeah. Just give me a second to get the door. I fumbled with the key and my hands were shaking so badly that I dropped them. Ah, shit. While I was feeling around for him in the dark, Garrison spoke up behind me.
Nick, I'm feeling kind of sick. Give me a minute. I can't stop thinking about my...
The adrenaline was wearing off now, and she's probably remembering her mom burning in the cabin way far away. Yeah, I'll get you. I'll get you once I get everything opened up. Take as much time as you need. She went off around the side of the cabin where the utility box was, and I heard the sound of her throwing up. Took me a minute, but I got the door open. Garrison, the door's open now if you need to use the bathroom. Stepped inside and turned on the lights. Nothing.
Power isn't working now either, huh? At least the moon's lighting everything up, so it's pretty bright out tonight.
Hey, how's it going? A shadow slid
Into the lunar glow hovering over me. Hot breath tickled the back of my neck.
Is Felix actually like a werewolf?
Well, they don't. So is he like a werewolf vampire mix?
What? I stood there, unable to move.
The animal panic raising inside of me, freezing up with every joint of my body. Something warm and stringy dripped above me and slid down the side of my face. What is that?
I looked up slowly, and another string hit my face. A huge head of a beast stared back at me, eyes beaming, gleaming bright in the moonlight.
Miss Garrison is safe. She's still outside.
I backed up into the cabin,
And the monster took a rumbling step towards me as I moved inside. The window. Maybe I can make it to the window.
oh, bruh. As the beast stepped fully into the moonlight, I saw it. The ripped shorts. The shirt. Not a bear. A wolf.
No. Garrison. You did do it. You're a... I tried to bolt for the window, but she was faster.
She clamped down on my newly healed leg, and with a clenched her jaws, both shattered. Ah, Garrison, stop! Why?
Thanks, place is short. That's her shirt. It went flying across the room at the couch. She twisted her head side to side, looking at me with alien eyes. She just shouted, "Get him in holding," and she knew me. I'm clattering to the floor halfway between the door and the couch. The gun is too far. I can't stand up. It's just like before. She took a step towards me. Garrison, don't do this. We're in this together. We killed that bastard, and now you're gonna get out. We gotta get out of here. Once we see the police, we can go get lunch in the big city. I bet you'd really like a super fancy burger or something, right? I try my best to sound calm and stay emotionless. If I do anything wrong, she'll attack. I don't know what to do, bro. Ow. I don't know where she waved around and clamped on my shoulder, shaking me back and forth like a rag doll. Garrison, that hurts, please. I don't know if you don't like, I know you don't like hurting people. She let go. A small whimper and like a crying puppy escaped her throat. With a snarl of frustration, she struck out at the couch and ripped it open. Stuffing flew everywhere. That stuffing would have been my guts if she had hit me.
You see? You don't want to hurt anybody. We'll just stay like this for a few hours, and then you'll be human again, and then we can all laugh about this.
She's a werewolf, though. Don't werewolves bite?
I heard the sound of tires in the snow outside.
Oh, it's my mom. No, of all times. She could come back. Not now. No. Garrison, listen to me. That's my mom. You have to leave her alone. Do not hurt her. Do not do it. My teeth are clenched. My leg is starting to throb. No. They're coming. Within a moment of hesitation, the werewolf whipped around and prowled towards the door. Garrison stood next to the door frame, wreathed in the shadow of the moonlight. Anyone coming in wouldn't see her until it was too late. Do not. Tell me, Garrison. Leave her alone. No, come on, Garrison. We were homies. No. Oh, I stepped into the door. Her very face framed in the moonlight.
Nick, why is it so dark? Is everything...
So does the mom not even live through any of this? Mom, run!
She just stood there, looking worried and confused. Reached her hand out for a light switch. Please, just this one time, listen to me.
Nick, if you need help...
Garrison struck, fastening her mouth around my mom's outstretched arm. Garrison, please. That's my mom. You have to let her go. We can be friends forever if you just let her go. My voice sounded strangely calm, even though my own ears. I couldn't panic. Not when it might cost me one of my last remaining things that's good in my life. Mom, don't struggle. I can get her to let go when she does, Mom. You have to go. I can't come with you. She'll kill me if I move too fast. Understand? My mother nodded, and I felt a wave of relief pass through me. She might actually survive this. Garrison, you don't want her. We're friends, remember? We're gonna go spend time together. Yeah. She's gonna leave now, okay? Can you let her go so she can leave? Slowly, with hesitation, that made my mouth dry with tremor, she opened her jaws and my mom's heart slipped out. Whew. Now I just have to get her to actually leave.
Go, now, please. If you stay, it's gonna be both of us killed. Honey, I can't just...
You can. And you're gonna have to do it right now. I stared daggers at her. She took a choking gulp of air.
I'll be right back for you. I'll get help.
She whispered those final soothing words to me as she slipped out into the night and back to the car. Garrison snarled and went to the door when the engine was turned back on. Hey, don't worry about it, Garrison. We can hang out. Just you and me. Werewolf prowled over and stood next to me, looking down with hungry eyes glinting in the dark. Well, I guess if I die here, I won't have to worry about things that suck about living. Ow. She didn't bite me anymore. Instead, she periodically slashed at the furniture, the end table, a lamp, each time giving off a strange yowl that sounded almost human as a piece of furniture disintegrated under her paw. That explains why she was wearing shorts and the hair that she had, but never mind. Even someone like her, she couldn't handle it. She's dangerous, too dangerous, and she's bitten me. Wait, what? Everything blurred into an endless night where she raged and ruined while I whispered in reassurance. Eventually, the morning came. She changed back now. I think I know what I have to do. What we have to do.
Well, am I gonna, like, shoot her?
I'm glad to see that your clothes fit.
I've been going there for a bit. I was gonna be like, oh, Garrison, hold on. I know it's like, hold on. Okay. She folded back into herself like a gory flower returning into a bud. Muscles wrapped inwards, her body shrinked back into the Garrison I knew. She collapsed onto the floor, wrenching? Something like that.
Nick, what? I was feeling sick and, did the cops make it? Is your mom here?
I couldn't help it. I laughed. No. They didn't make it up here. We're fucked. She looked scared.
I don't know what you mean.
She trailed off as soon as she took
in the ruin that remained of the cabin.
Torn furniture everywhere, my leg limp, twisted at an angle that nobody with an intact bone could manage. Felix was half right. I'm sure he hung your dad, but you're a werewolf, Garrison, and if you're a werewolf, then
I killed my mama, and
She went. A sheen in her jaw started to quiver. Her voice came out the smallest I had ever heard it. Her eyes were fixed on the very obvious bite mark on my shoulder.
I bit you?
Yes, you did. I've had all night to think about it, and
if I kill my mama, then I'm gonna pay for it, Nick.
But it's us now.
Us?
You bit me. And that's how this works, right? Didn't you get bit?
On a camping trip a couple years ago, right before my dad took this job, some huge wolf. Nick, this whole time, were they lying to me?
Your dad must have had a way to restrain you. Your parents had to know. Why else, when he let you move to the city, why else would your mom come up here with a shotgun when you got out on a full moon?
They should have killed me.
I'm almost there. I'll almost have her.
What am I gonna do? Am I gonna shoot her?
Maybe. But I have it now, too. It has to be the both of us. Maybe my mom has it, but no, I didn't see any blood. She might be fine. She's always fine.
Nick, where's that gun?
I dropped it when you threw me. There's only one bullet though, so I need you to do me a favor. In the bedroom is my luggage, a full bottle of medication in there. It's really strong anxiety stuff. Can you get that for me along with some water?
Oh, come on. Are we never gonna have a happy ending? Damn, come on. Thinking about the ending with Felix, sure, that was terrible. Actually, that was probably worse than this.
Nick, are you gonna... please, I bet you can live with your whole life and not kill nobody.
Garrison, listen. You're a good person. You're a better person than I am. And if you can't control this, well, let's just say I know myself well enough to say that I'd be worse. I killed my 2 best friends with these human hands. If I had claws...
You're gonna come with me then. We just met. You don't know. Maybe you won't change.
Garrison, I'll change. Trust me. Now please, go get the medication and let me do this. She nodded and gathered everything. She sat there, the gun propped up against the wall next to her while she cradled my head in her lap. One by one, I swallowed the pill. I swallowed the entire bottle of pills while she looked down at me.
Nick, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this. I would have just let you kill me if I'd known. There ain't no life worth living when you can hurt people like this.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I mean, you're still a pretty good friend. You didn't kill my mom when you could have. Everything was getting fuzzy now, harder to breathe, but it was so warm and comfortable, like a heavy pillow being pressed against my entire body. Yeah, well, at least my legs didn't hurt anymore. She laughed, choking back the tears.
I didn't. That's a pretty low bar, not killing your mom.
Yeah, but it was port bar. It was getting pretty blurry now. It was very heavy.
I'll watch it till I know you're done. Then I'll be coming with you. If you want me around, that is. I'll ruin everything, so I'll get... If you don't want to hang around in the, well, you know.
Nah, you can come. The sin was so far away, and all I wanted to do was close my eyes. So heavy. Once I closed them, I couldn't get them open again. Oh well. I think I was supposed to be sleeping. Who needs eyes that open anyway? Oh! In the echoing distance somewhere above my head, I heard a shot ring out. A heavy weight pressed down above me. More warm pressure. That's okay. We can both go to sleep. We could just both sleep.
What? Another bad ending? You kidding me? Hold on, bruh. Okay. So I do think I know how we can get the third option. I'm not going to get it now because, I mean, like, it's it's getting a little late and I've been playing this for 3 hours, but I definitely know how to get the third ending. I bet. All I have to do is not like anybody, okay? I have to be the loner. I have to hate Felix and Garrison for some reason, which is going to suck because I do like Garrison. And why is that one a bad ending? Because I died? The other one I was brainwashed? I don't know. I'll come back to it and finish it real quick. Alright, I'm back, and I need to figure out how to do this third ending, and I have one particularly interesting idea. One, we're going to be rude to everybody, okay? We want to make sure that we don't really get close with any one of them, because then I feel like that might actually help with us getting the third and somewhat good ending. I don't know, but we're going to try it. Well,
Now we're at the new line of how do we deal with Garrison. And I just thought, she's so annoying. I forget the voice that I made for these characters already. It was only a day ago. I don't know. She's so nosy. I don't need to deal with this right now, man. I ignored her and bent down and took a closer look anyway.
Wow, okay. Just trying to be friendly. By the way, I'm Grayson. Not like you asked or anything.
Nick. Wow. Go me. Way to sound like a total asshole, man. Well, it's too late now. I stared back at the deer and I made sure but I was sure the exasperated sigh she gave behind my back also came with an eye roll. Okay, maybe she isn't so bad. Sorry, I am being an ass. So, you wanna check out this deer? She looked kind of pissed, but then broke out into a grin anyway.
Oh, hell yeah!
Okay, so we are gonna... Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna end up, okay? There might be, like, slight bits of new dialogue here and there, but, I don't know. Oh, we got a new bit of dialogue here. What the heck is your problem? She looked embarrassed. Sorry,
I don't know. Forget it.
She peered over my shoulder, her eyes fixed on the deer's crushed windpipe.
Didn't you say something about a bear?
Yeah, I suppose so. Some guy last night. Okay, so we had one new little bit of new dialogue because we're being that guy to everybody. So that's something to look forward to, I suppose. Man, I really don't like being rude to Grayson, but I'm trying to see if we can get the supposed good ending where apparently we don't die. Oh well. I pulled my hand out of hers. I think it's a little early for you to think of me as a friend.
Why? What's the big deal?
I just don't really make friends, okay? I've just met you. She tensed up and stared back down at the tracks.
Fine, whatever.
She started walking off on her own, not bothered to look back. Oh man, I think she's pretty pissed. Yeah, I'd say so. Look, I didn't mean it like that. I just want to get to know you first. She stopped and turned back towards me with a small twinkle in her eye.
You mean that?
Yeah. Choi. Anyway.
Well, I'd better tell you about myself.
And then okay, so it looks like it just ends up talking anyway, so let's go. Alright, now, here is the situation. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save real quick, right around here. And I'm thinking, now here's a good turning point. You see, we don't want to get close with anybody, but we also don't want to get under that guy's spell. You know what I mean? So therefore, I think when we talked to her about our feelings and stuff like that, it really helped us being out of his zone as well. But if I let her go, we won't build a connection really that much, and maybe we might live. You see, this situation here is the turning point, I'm gonna guess. So that's why I saved here, just in case I do fail in the end, which you might see in the next segment if I did. But if I hadn't, then obviously we made it, but you know what I mean. So, do I want to let her go or do I want her to stay? Well, we have both options available, and I've saved here real quick, so I'm gonna let her go first, okay? Yeah, pretty much. So I think we messed up already because I'm saying this early now. Oh, okay, never mind. Because I was gonna say I hadn't ran into this option, and now we have. So therefore, maybe we are on the right track. We need to change the subject because we don't want to talk about it. It's like, bruh, it's not. We don't want to make any connections with this fella, okay? We don't want to make connections with anybody. We hate everybody. We're a grouch, okay? Like, you know what I mean? So Well, I don't really know how this will change so much. Let's see. So we left Grayson alone, and we left Felix in the dark. How are we supposed to get a good ending with this? You know what I mean? What do we do? Shoot them both? I mean, maybe we get Felix killed via the way that we did it before, but somehow... I don't know. Maybe I think I need to keep my... No, I don't... Maybe I'm thinking way too ahead of the story, trying to figure out who kills who, you know what I mean? Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, that I started thinking while I was grabbing refills from coffee. You know how we grab a shotgun from the body and stuff like that? I'm gonna do another save real quick. How many slave slots can we have? Oh, several. Whew. Anyway, I'm gonna put it down there because I feel like when we examine the body, okay, we need to find... Well, I've never actually used that option of looking around the cabin. Now, we know that looking at the hands, we get a shotgun, right? And action starts flying. So now we need to figure out if looking at other options... Yeah, there we go, because now we're getting some new dialogue here. Let's see. The face had been reduced to ribbons in deep red gorges. The only way I could tell where the eyes used to be were the white ridge of an exposed brow bone above an eye socket. The entire lower half of the jaw had been ripped off from the rest of the face. That fleshy lump over there might be just the rest of the jaw. Not like it matters. Alright, look at the body. A woman. Oh, no, he said, yes, a woman. How can he even tell? It's so badly. Then I saw it. A lump of fat sagging across the torn open chest, the remnants of what must have been a breast. Bruh. I took a step back, taking a deep, shuddering breath. I dropped the handkerchief he had handed me in panic. It fluttered to the floor and landed in a congealing pool of blood. Felix watched it fall, then lazily lifted his eyes to my face. Ah, crap. I just asked for that, too. That was a mologrammed, a gift from my father, and now it's soiled. I should be more careful with my things. He turned back and looked more closely at the body. Sorry, my bad. I choked at the scent of stale excrement. Excrement? Yeah, I don't know. Overpowered me. Her intestines had just been ripped out, and whatever had done it was chewed them up and leaving bits of their contents scattered across the corpse. You know, maybe we should have investigated the other body now that I think about it, because we would have been able to tell that these are two different bodies. Oh, nuts. It took everything I had not to vomit. The stench was so thick this close to the body, and it was as if it coated my tongue. I swore I could taste it. This was just like Tyler. His body smelled like that too. Without even looking back at me, Felix pulled out a tin and offered it to me. What are those, mitts? Put one in your mouth. It should help mask the taste enough for you to stop gagging. Wouldn't do to have you vomit all over the scene, or on my shoes for that matter. I guess it wouldn't hurt. So, I took a mint out of it. He offered the tin and put it in my mouth. Okay, so now we look at the hands. Darn, I really should have investigated that other body in the woods. Because I'm starting to think that maybe having both of the evidence was going to be a smarter idea. Oh, I have a feeling that I should have investigated anything instead of just blasting my way through the story, because I was just like, I personally knew everything, but I forgot. Game logic. You need to do everything all over again to get, you know, the clues that you need to. And I'm like, oh man, I forgot to. So now I have no idea if we're going to get this other ending. You see, here's the problem we're facing with right now. We both know, or we all know, that they both had one, they all interfered with one person or another. Like, Grayson here had a she killed her mom, but the other guy, Felix, there we go. Why am I forgetting their names? Felix killed the dad. Okay, they both murderized somebody. And how do we get them to kill each other? So I'm thinking I'm thinking maybe we need to I'm thinking, hold on, let me gather my thoughts real quick, because I'm thinking there's two ways that this could go, right? We shoot Grayson and run off with Felix and somehow we kill him, which I don't know how yet. Or we kill Felix with her and then we somehow have to shoot her. There's two different ways that this would go, right? Okay, so I'm going to save it here again because this is a new type of ending that we have going on right now. Grayson, we need to kill them both. Now, here's the thing. It takes 2 hits to kill him and 1 to kill her, right? But it's only 1. She becomes indestructible when she becomes a werewolf. So that's the thing. We need to take care of her first. Oh, man. I'm thinking about how we gotta kill Grayson. I'm sorry, Grayson. You were a homie. You were. We could have hanged out, but no, we can't, unfortunately, because this game was written so we can't have friends in this. So we need to get rid of her. I feel bad because I feel like maybe getting rid of him would be more manageable, even in his second form, because he was still killable. Unless I'm wrong, because I could be. I don't know. We're not here to make friends, so I guess we'll just start off with this. Okay. I can't. Grayson, how could you think your dad just left you after a fight like that?
Nick, I thought we were friends.
Then she gave me a look. Whoa. Bruh. She looks like she wants to kill me. I took a deep, stuttering breath and averted my eyes. I couldn't stand being looked at like that. It was how I imagined Bree and Ty looked down from me from the afterlife when they resigned in. Look, I don't know if you're exactly lying. Just some stuff is weird, okay? Felix, why don't you tell us what you did that night? Okay, here we go. We might see some older dialogue. Yep. And it's like, so we think there's something wrong with Grayson's story, right? And we think there's something wrong with Felix's story. Can we believe that? Can we, say that we don't believe either one of them, and then maybe they'll kill each other, and we'll be just like, bruh, this is a sad story. Okay, so he's checking the Patreons, running around. What? Grayson was at this cabin last night. It's like, oh, yeah. She left that small detail out. She's like, oh, no, but wait, hold on. And it's like, everyone's mad, and he did his rounds some more, the duration of the storm. Yeah, did you come to see me? It's like, oh, yeah, one more thing. I ran into Mr. Nash. Look at it. Yeah, stuff like that. Come on, there has to be. We have to at least have changed this story. Okay? I don't really know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that. Have we messed up? I don't know. In this sort of story, it kind of goes one way until decisions are made, then it just alters the story by quite a lot. So it's like, we can't really tell if we've actually done anything until we're there. You know what I mean? So, nuts. Now we're accusing people. Well, what do we do? I don't know. Here's another. We need to. Okay, so we're gonna save here. Again, I know I'm doing this a ton. Oh, jeez. We can't accuse her just yet. Okay? Because we need... No. Well, how do we kill him? I have no idea. We're not going to be under a spell because he hasn't done it. We haven't really talked with him that much. So maybe accusing Grayson, unfortunately, to get her shot and killed and dead, might help us in the long run after we kill we kill her first before killing him. I don't know. This is stupid. Okay, like I didn't even believe his story the first time. There's too many holes in both your stories, and I was right both of them. But still, I don't know. Okay, so I'm thinking, we can't flip-flop our stories. We need to get one of them killed right now. That's gonna definitely help. But how do we fight this in order? Because here's the thing. When she transforms, we're done for. So we need to get rid of her as quick as possible, unfortunately. Ah, man, I feel bad. Feels bad. Feels bad. It's like, oh, no, my mommy's lying on the floor, bro. She's gonna, no. Never mind. It's gonna shoot her. It's clutched a gun in my hand, but I didn't raise the end. So, like, I don't think we need to do that. And then she went into the shotgun in my hand. Now she's trying to kill Felix. And then she wants to kill me. See, cold-blooded murderer. Oh. Grayson, oh, here we go. We got new dialogue. Grayson, stop. We don't know if he did anything. You can't just shoot him.
I can and I will, Nick. You don't need no blood on your hands, but I gotta save you. Even if you're being a damn fool.
Wow, she's so nice.
As charming as this fight over my well-being is, I think I have to intervene.
You ain't gonna.
What? Grayson? She was standing there, but her eyes had gone wide and dead. Then, as if in slow motion, her head toppled off her shoulders and fell to the floor at my feet. No! We got her killed that way? Well, that's definitely new, so this is wrong. How did... Felix stood behind her, looking at me with a wicked satisfaction. Okay, so we definitely got a different ending. What happened to him? His eyes, his hands. The moon rose and hung suspended behind him. Through the shattered window of the cabin, his face was of a dark, cultured from the Felix I had known. There were blood-soaked talons on his fingers had been. His eyes glinted in the red of the darkness. Hey! We didn't use any bit of that shotgun, and I think we have 2 shell casings, which means we could shoot him twice. Well, I think this is totally plausible now. You were the murderer, and now you've killed her. You killed Grayson!
Oh, don't be daft, Nick. I did not rip up the corpse in here. What a completely classless way to finish someone off.
But you killed her. You're a monster.
The correct word is vampire, and yes, I did kill her. I have to thank you for the distraction. I don't need a filthy mongrel that's killing my new friend. As taken with her as you might have been.
So I'm not under his spell, though, so that's good. Hey, don't talk to her about her like that. She was
going to kill you in 15 minutes when the moon finished rising. She was a werewolf, a truly mindless creature who ate her own parents. I see no reason to cry over the death like that.
Wait, she actually killed her father, too? So we actually... What? No! Even if that was true, I could have done something to save her. Now I can't. Well, here's the thing. No werewolf would take the time to hang the body. Anyway.
Mr. and Mrs. Nash lied to me, Nick. They knew her daughter was a monster and brought her up here to keep everyone safe. At least that's what they both told me last night. Idiocy. Apparently my guests aren't worth the same considerations for safety as everyone else. Disgusting.
Oh, so he actually hates the fact that they brought her up here. He just wanted to run a hotel business. So you did kill them.
I suppose I did finish off Mr. Nash, but he had been bitten when I found him. His fate was already sealed. Imagine letting him live to turn tonight. 2 werewolves running around my property? Never!
And you talked to Grayson's mom.
At least she had a good sense to come up to you to fix the problem of a nasty little lies caused and finish her daughter off. I told her I would help, and I did. I lured the werewolf over to where Miss Nash waited, gave her the opportunity to redeem herself, a disappointing failure. Not only did she get herself killed, but she ruined one of my cabins doing it. This place will take forever to clean and repair. Just look at it.
Then you aren't gonna kill me now?
Kill you? No, Nick. You're better than that. I don't want to kill you. I want you to come with me. Help me run this place. Be my companion in solitude.
Bruh. What? Why would I want to stay with a fucking murderer, Felix? Besides, I have a life. I can't stay up here with you.
And what sort of life is that, Nick? I see them. You know, in those in your dreams. That regret, the death wish. I see them all, and I wanted to offer you so much more than that.
He moved closer to me, placing his mouth right against my ear. I could hear the droplets of blood from his hand falling to the floor.
When you're like me, the regret stops. You don't feel it anymore. You don't dream. I used to be like you, but not anymore. I'm stronger now. That bastard will never make me whimper like a beaten dog again. I can't even dream of him anymore. That, even better than him being dead, which he is.
So I guess he's talking about his father? Who would like to stop dreaming?
Oh, who would you like to stop dreaming of, Nick? I can make it happen.
He slid his bloody hand across my back, tapping the base of my spine with each curved nail as he spoke.
What else are you going to do? Run home to Mommy and be haunted for the rest of your miserable life? It never goes away. It never does. So what do you say? Will you take me on my offer?
No! No, Felix! I can't take you on your offer!
He looks confused.
Why the hell would he think I'd accept something like that? Yes, there we go.
If it's your mother that's the issue, we can eliminate her. I hate to kill paying guests, but I'll make a special exception for her if it means you'll stay.
What? Excuse me. Excuse me. What the hell is wrong with you? You killed Grayson, and now you think killing my mom will fix that? Get the hell away from me!
Then why did you make it sound like you'd stay?
I never did say that. He looked angry now. I pointed the shotgun towards him. I never said I would stay. What the hell gave you that idea? All your creepy come-ons and ow. He took my heart.
A fitting end for one of those toys who carelessly... Wait. A fitting end for one of those who toylessly ends with hearts, don't you think?
A lump of something wet is beating and clutched in his hand.
What?
Vomited chunks of bile of blood on the floor, mangled with the gory bodies already splaying out there. I fell on the ground and Felix stepped over me, something splattering in front of my face. It pulsed and spasmed my heart. It's
a pity. I thought you were the one, Nick. I'll have you visit your mother and let her know how disappointed I am in you.
So I died. Again. Really? 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 Okay, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, now after what we've just, went through many, many times, I don't know if I want to get the good ending. You know what I mean? I really don't. It's like, I know I have to get him killed and stuff like that, but if I'm honest, why didn't I fire the shotgun sooner at Felix? I don't know. That's the storyline for you. I can't rewrite it. But here's the thing. I never liked Felix. Okay, hold on. Before I continue with that. I'm going to count Garrison's ending when we both kill ourselves so we can live in peace as a good ending. Why? Because we died in friendship. And friendship is magical. With Felix, we got raped. Basically, and that wasn't cool because what he did was he put a spell on me. I'm gonna put a spell on you. It's exactly what he did, and he did that, and then I became his lover, and and it was against my will. So therefore, we got a rape ending from Felix, and we got a murdered ending from Felix again. So therefore, just being with Felix is both bad endings. I will agree with that. But with Grayson, at least we died happy. And that was happiness is true good happiness endings. I don't know why that was the bad ending. You know what I mean? It was only bad because we died, but at least we died in glorious friendships in each other's laps. And well, I went out by anxiety pills. She went out by a shotgun. So in reality, I'm going to finish the game here. But this game is actually pretty brilliant. It was, because when I first played it, it gave you all these twists and turns, you know what I mean? And even when I played it the second time, trying to figure out the good ending with Grayson, it was another twist with the werewolf, you know what I mean? So technically, this game was good. It was fantastic. I really did like it. I really did. I love these types of story games that throw loops. So therefore, I'm going to count the Garrison ending as good. I'm not going to explore any of the other endings because that would add up to another hour. I know I sped through the story a lot, but even speeding through the story, there's tons of dialogue you have to go through anyway and rearrange so many different orders. So I'm going to end it here. This was Up All Night, and I, your host, Jukebox Pirate, shall end it here. I hope you all enjoyed it. And for people who are new here, welcome aboard. Stick around. You'll never know what you'll find here. I bid you all a very good and a good night, good evening, and good morning, whatever time it may be for you when you're watching this. I fare you all very well. Goodbye.